Paul's greeting to Titus. Paul, a servant of God and an apostle of Jesus Christ for the faith of God's elect, and the knowledge of the truth that leads to godliness and the hope of eternal life,
which God who cannot lie
promised before time began. In his own time he has made his word evident in the proclamation entrusted to me by the command of God our Savior.
To Titus,
my true child in our common faith,
grace and peace from God
the Father in Christ Jesus our Savior, appointing elders on Crete. The reason I left you in Crete was that you were setting order what was unfinished, and appoint elders in every town. As I directed you, an elder must be blameless, the husband of but one wife, having children who are believers and who are not open to accusation of indiscretion or insubordination. As God's steward, an overseer must be above reproach,
not self-willed, not quick-tempered,
not given to drunkenness, not violent, not greedy for money. Instead,
he must be hospitable,
a lover of good self-control,
upright, holy, and disciplined.
He must hold firmly to the faithful word as it was taught, so that it can encourage others by sound teaching and refute those who contradict it. Correcting false teachers, for many are rebellious and full of empty talk and deception, especially those of the circumcision who must be silenced for the sake of dishonorable gain. They undermine entire households and teach things they should not. As one of their own prophets has said, Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, lazy gluttons. This testimony is true, therefore rebuke them sternly, so that they will be sound in the faith and will pay no attention to Jewish myths or to the commands of men who have rejected the truth.
To the pure, all things are pure,
but to the defiled and unbelieving,
nothing is pure indeed.
Both their minds and their consciences are defiled.
They profess to know God,
but by their actions they deny him.
They are detestable,
disobedient, and unfit for any good deed. Teaching sound doctrine. But as for you, speak the things that are consistent with sound doctrine. Older men ought to be temperate, dignified, self-controlled, and sound in faith, love, and perseverance. Older women, likewise, ought to be reverent in their behavior, not slanderers or addicted to much wine. But teachers are good in this way. They can train the young women to love their husbands and children, to be
self-controlled,
pure
managers
of their households, kind and submissive to
their own husbands,
so that the word of God will not be discredited.
In the same way,
urge the younger men to be self-controlled in everything. Show yourself to be an example by doing good works in your teaching. Show integrity, dignity, and wholesome speech that is above reproach, so that anyone who opposes us will be ashamed,
having nothing bad to say about us.
Slaves ought to submit to their own masters in everything, to be well pleased and not argumentative, not stealing from them, but showing all good faith, so that in every respect they will adorn the teaching about God our Savior.
God's grace brings salvation,
for the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to everyone. It instructs us to renounce ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live sensible, upright, and godly lives in the present age, as we await the blessed hope and glorious appearance of our great God and Savior Jesus Christ. He gave himself for us to redeem us from all lawlessness, and to purify for himself a people for his own possession,
zealous for good deeds.
Speak these things as you encourage and rebuke with all authority. Let no one despise you. Yeah. Heirs of grace, remind the believers to submit to rulers and authorities, to be obedient and ready for every good work,
to malign no one,
and to be peaceable and gentle, showing full consideration to everyone. For at one time we too were foolish, disobedient, misled, and enslaved to all sorts of desires and pleasures, living in malice and envy, being hated and hating one another. But when the kindness of God our Savior and his love for mankind appeared,
he saved us,
not by the righteous deeds we had done, but according to his mercy, through the washing of new birth and renewal by the Holy Spirit. This is the Spirit he poured out on us abundantly through Jesus Christ our Savior, so that having been justified by his grace, we would become heirs with the hope of eternal life.
This saying is trustworthy,
and I want you to emphasize these things, so that those who have believed God will take care to devote themselves to good deeds. These things are excellent and profitable for the people. Avoid divisions, but avoid foolish controversies, genealogies, arguments, and quarrels about the law, because these things are pointless and worthless. Reject a divisive man after a first and second admonition, knowing that such a man is corrupt and sinful.
he is self-condemned.
Final remarks and greetings. As soon as I send
Our teamers or Tiger gets to you.
make every effort to come to me at Nicopolis, because I have decided to winter there.
Do your best to equip Tinashe,
The lawyer and Apollo, so that they will have everything they need. And our people must also learn to devote themselves to good works in order to meet the pressing needs of others, so that they will not be unfruitful.
All who are with me send you greetings. Greet those who love us in the faith.
Grace be with all of you.
Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. You know what we're about to do. I wanted to try something different, something new this morning. And I noticed something about the best live chat on the internet in the most electrifying comment section. You all like to talk to one another. Sometimes y'all like talking to me. I mean, and that's good. That's good. But a lot of the time, you all like to talk to one another. So I said, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to start off with something that will allow them to come in, say what's up to their people, say what's up, holler at your folk, all that kind of stuff without me jumping in and kind of getting the show running right off the bat. I think it worked out okay. Give me some green hearts. Let me know if that worked out for you. And maybe we'll do that on a regular basis. Just give you a little warm up, kind of like cheers. Give you a chance to come in, or I'm sorry like this. We'll say like class. Give you a chance to get into class before the bell rings, right? Get in, say what's up to your people, go holler at your boys, go holler at your girls, whatever like that. And then class gets started. So that's what I was thinking. Let me know what y'all thought about it. We might do that more regularly. Just a little warm up, to say what's up to my people. I really do appreciate y'all. Now, I'm not under any delusion. I'm not confused. I know that 35 people have tapped into the best live chat on the internet, and I'm going to believe that they're here to see me. But I got this feeling down in my soul that they might be here to see somebody else. So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Tinashe Peter in the building. What's up, brother?
It might not even be me. It might be Kimon that they came
Hey,
on to
I
see.
should have worn my Kimon shirt. What was I thinking?
Brother, you
Oh,
didn't get
man.
the memo in the spirit.
Oh,
didn't
and
get the
you
memo
got
in the
the
spirit.
shirt on? Oh, man, I wasn't in the spirit. How did I
The
not
extra
wear my
tiny tee.
What was I thinking? Oh, man, I got my group therapy shirt on.
I was about to say we might be able to leave folks on for a little bit while you go ahead and get your little change on, and we can.
I
get
might
the
have to run
2020.
upstairs. Oh, my
Nah, brother,
gosh,
it is
man.
a
How you doing,
blessing to be
man?
Back on here, man. I'm blessed by the best. Yourself?
Absolutely, man. Fantastic, man. All right, so I'm going to start something
Can you
else
hear me
new as
okay?
well. I
Let
can
me
hear you
know if you
perfectly.
can hear me okay. Okay.
I
So
can hear
we
you
ready to
perfectly.
roll. Beautiful.
Let me know in the chat how the audio sounds good. What's going on, Continued Freedom? I see you, brother. Okay, I believe, okay, we're getting some good feedback. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to do something else new, too. I don't know. When you come on, man, I get inspired to do new stuff. What's in your cup over
let's
there?
do
What
it.
you drinking today?
Let's do it.
What you
This is
drinking
nothing
today?
but some H2 to the O. Not
Get outta
H
here,
to the
man.
Izzo.
Water.
There's only one. That's it. That's all. That's all we
Team
sip
water
on this side.
today.
That's all we sip on this side.
I love it, man. Team water. Now you're not like those people on water TikTok that be adding all that stuff and foolishness to their water and claim it's water. Are you?
We're grown folk
You
on
got-
here. This is grown
You got to
folk,
go
we
over
need
there, man.
water.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. You got to
We
go
need
see
water
it, man.
by
That side of TikTok is crazy work, man. All right,
Wow.
but just in case, I don't know what there might be some people who've been living under a rock, and they might
Okay.
not know who you are. If you
Yes,
don't mind,
sir.
tell us who Tinashe Peter is.
Formerly known as Aquarius Wave, and denounce such demonic things. And so I came back to my name of origin. I am Tinashe Peter. This is gonna be an exclusive. This might be the first time I said on camera. Wande is my actual last name. Peter is my middle name. So you just got one of them. Yeah. Now the Wikipedia page can go ahead
Every
and do
time
what it
you,
does.
okay, everybody jump on Wikipedia real quick. Hurry up, fix it, bruh.
Ain't no Wikipedia.
Every time you come over,
So-
you messing it up, man.
Come on now. So Tinashe Peter Wande. Some folks think Tinashe is some sort of derivation of Tanisha, Taquandranisha, something like that. No, it's an African name,
Really?
a Zimbabwe
Right.
name that means God is with us. So
Yeah.
that makes the last name make sense. Wande means in hiding, but that's the last thing I'm on. And I am a man who is dedicated to the truth. It's really that simple. All my life, I've been asking the question, why? Why? And at the bottom of my why, later in my 20s, as I'm now 30 years old, I believe that I found the ultimate why. And that why is God.
Okay.
And that who is God,
Yes.
and that what is God. And so I've dedicated my life to telling the truth according to God, as opposed to me. So that's who I am at the core. I'm somebody who can be I can be a lot of different things. Petty is one of them, but I do my best to be Christ-like. So you don't know what you might get, especially when I get on here with my brother Jay Witt. It's gonna be something of its own. We'll just say it
That is
way.
true. I love it. All right. So we had planned to talk about one particular topic. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Every time you come over here, I get inspired to cause chaos. So I sent you the video clip pretty like literally last second. I want to talk about a topic that I think most of us here can wrap our minds around, which is the education system here in the United States and its failure of our children. And I want to shout out to our brother. Whoa, got rid of you. There we go. Shout out to our brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. He did a video on this, and you all have seen this conversation where the young man's going around the high school asking his friends to read a index card, and they have no clue what the index card says. There's a lot there, and I wanted to just hear your thoughts on it, hear the audience and the Best Live Chats thoughts on it, and then, of course, get ourselves warmed up for our other topic of discussion today. So with no further ado, let's go.
For the past decade, the majority of Philly school students have been unable to read at a level that's proficient or above. So the school district of Philadelphia, right here behind me, purchased a whole new curriculum.
Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love. It's where the United States got its independence. It's where so many free slaves came from the South and got free in Philly. It's the #1 Black Muslim population in the United States. It's also the home of the African American Methodist Episcopal Church with Richard Allen. So like I said, Philadelphia means a lot to Black people, and it's one of the biggest cities on the East Coast corridor. And as much as the city of Philadelphia has given back to the Black community, right now, things in Philly are getting worse. Like some other cities on the East Coast corridor that struggle with poverty and funding, Philadelphia has big problems with this educational system. And that's something that we've seen in similar cities like Baltimore, or even in the Midwest like Detroit, where test scores are below the national average. But that's not supposed to happen at a school called Preparatory Charter High School.
I'm just going to stop for a second. So I do want to give a little bit of room to breathe. There is and I've said this on the show before, I'm not going to stop saying it. The first teacher of your child is whom? Can you put that in the chat? Who is the first teacher of your child? Tinashe, I don't think you have any little people yet, but do you know who the
Not
first
yet.
teacher is?
On the way.
Okay.
So for myself,
like who would be the first teacher?
Oh, Lord have
Who's your first?
mercy. So she would be somebody in Zimbabwe in what we call creche, right?
Okay.
Which is so that's our version of kindergarten. Pine trees. Do I even remember what she looked like?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna stop right now. You do know who your
got
first
yours?
teacher is because it's your parents.
Oh, your parents. Why?
Your parents are the
okay.
first teacher. So the
Okay,
idea
I
and the notion, and I'm a former classroom teacher. I'm telling you right now, parents that take the responsibility. Every open house, I would introduce myself as your child's second teacher. And I would talk about them being a second teacher. And as their faces started getting contorted, like, what you talking about? Is there another teacher? Who the other teacher is? You the teacher. You done had your kid for 6 years before I ever saw them, before I ever knew that they were alive. You already had them for 6 years. You done probably already ruined them. Okay? So I want to point that out because when you see what, I don't know if you've seen what, have you seen this meme? This story yet?
Let me see.
About the
if
kids
it's the
trying to read
one
the
that I'm
cards?
thinking of, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, then yes, I've done a little rewind with this one.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the school, sure, there's some responsibility on the school. I'm not taking responsibility off the school. However, the parents don't take any responsibility. Like, come on, people. Like, there's a lot of blame to be passed around. But let's keep this going. Let's go.
Now, this is a college prep school in South Philadelphia.
Crazy word.
This is a school that's supposed to get you ready for Temple University. It should be getting you ready for your SATs, ACTs. You should be on par with the national average of students getting ready to be admitted into college. But there is a big problem. There is a TikToker called What the Vec, WHATTHEVEK. His real name is Manveka. He's a smart kid. He gets really good grades and he does interviews on TikTok for his classmates. He does it almost every day. Like, he's a really fun guy. But he wanted the students at his school to read something. So this should be pretty easy for a college preparatory school, right?
You already know how it goes.
Read the index card for me.
She wore a suit, clothes that were.
All right, let me zoom in real quick. She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary but somewhat gauche. That's what they're reading. Okay, so what you got to add? What you got to add, brother?
I'm saying that silhouette is about to take sis out. It's about to knock her sideways. But
Silhouette did her violence. Silhouette did her. And we'll talk about it in a second because, of course, the word gouge, most of us have not used that word before. And I have to admit, I too did not know what that word was, but I could pronounce it, though. I think that's the problem that people are missing. It's not just a matter of I have word recognition skills, but I'm able to phonetically take this word and say, oh, that word is gouge. Now, again, I might not know what gouge is.
That's right.
But we have the skills in place to do that. And that is a skill that the early years have let her down. And we'll talk about what gouge is. Don't worry. We'll talk about it in a second because nobody knew what the word meant either. But again, silhouette and extraordinary should not have been doing this young lady this kind of violence. So let's keep it dancing.
Who's this for? Extraordinary, but somewhat Gertrude?
No, explain what that means.
I don't know.
She wore a sahalat of clothes that were extraordinary, whatever, bro, but somewhat.
What does that mean?
Baby. No, the words aren't in cursive. The dude wrote it. He wrote it. It's in script. Now, granted, I would probably have some problems with his
Why did bro add his own mini sentence in a sentence? He said, come on, bro. I don't know. He added a conversation in the midst of the pronunciation.
He added a second index card. He went to card number
Remix.
2. Right.
She wore a lot. Wait, she wore, bro, I don't know, bro. Can you take the card back, please?
She wore a. Oh, baby. She wore a silhouette of clothes that were. Bitch, I don't know that word. I don't even know how to read. I don't know why I did this.
She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary, but somewhat gauche.
All right, now what does that mean?
I have no idea. Like his clothes was nice or something like that.
She wore a. I don't know what this should say. I don't know what this should say.
So,
all right, here we go.
The card wrote, she wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary, but somewhat gauche. And to be honest,
Okay, gosh. All right, because somebody done told me that I was wrong. It's like
All
gosh.
right.
Okay, got you. But but guess what?
Put us
I
on.
was a whole lot closer. I was a whole lot closer than my man who added a second paragraph to it. This is crazy. I mean, and I feel bad for him because this is definitely painful to watch. And we're gonna look at some of the blame and the finger pointing, but I think a lot of people need to take responsibility for this. Let's go.
I never knew what the word gauche was, or gauche, right? And then I had to look it up myself. This means lacking social grace, sensitivity, or tact. It's really a French word, but it's also been adopted in American vernacular. So to be honest, I didn't know that word. But there's really not an excuse to not know the other words there, right? Like that's pretty bad. I mean, even at 10 or 9, I understood what silhouette was.
Yeah, I think that's kind of crazy word. What you thinking? What you thinking?
Here's what I'm thinking, because that's why you got me on here, right?
Because I want to hear what you're thinking.
Okay, so there's a couple things here, and I'm a focus in on the last dude. Can you bring up the last dude real quick, and then we get back here?
The last dude,
the one he read about 2 words and ran off.
Yeah.
He was on the. I believe he was on the track. Yeah, he was ready to run a couple of them.
He was about to run. He's running.
Is that the last dude? That right there.
I don't know what this shit say. I don't know what this shit say.
Okay. So he's about to run off into the parking lot. All right. So pause.
Right.
This breaks my heart. There is this generational shift where, and I've seen this because I'm kind of in the gap, in the in-between. I'm in the last year Gen Y or millennial and the first year Gen Z, right? I'm a 96 baby.
Okay.
So I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this thing play out 1,000 times, and not just with spelling, but with Danny or anything. There is a fear of trying.
Excellent.
That to me is just as disturbing as anything else. Bruh read 2 words and said, with this, boom.
He swiped it left. He swiped it left. He swiped left. He said 2 words, and I'm swiping it left. he said did not it did not match, did not hinge. He swiped them left on it.
Come on.
I've been waiting to use that.
But again, and you're about to get into it, we're about to get into it, which is what's really going on here, right? There is a systematic problem that is taking place, and it's feeding into every single aspect of this. But for me, that breaks my heart when I see you're not even going to try. You're just going to, he's already given up. He's done. It's the 3rd day on the job. He quit.
I'm in the wind. Whoa, wait, what? I'm in the wind. The wind.
Uh-oh.
And let's pull the card back up so we can see again, just so y'all see. And as Tinashe is saying, you're right. She wore. Pew, he out the door. The next word is The next word was
He didn't want the smoke.
he did not want the smoke. He swiped her left. Her and her silhouette, you got to go left. He said, pew. He swiped her left, man. Good gracious. But no, this is very common though. Overcoming obstacles and staying with a task until you're successful is not germane to this organization. Like, and you know what I do blame? And again, this is going to be multi-layered blaming going on. Everybody's going to catch some blame today.
All right.
I blame the social media, and we're on social media aspect of it. If I don't like what Tinashe is saying, I swipe him and I go to what Jay Witt is saying. If I don't like what he's saying, I swipe him and I go to this person and so forth. Like the fact that we can find exactly what we want without any problem. And here's an example. In the chat, real quick, I put in there what year I was born. Everybody put what year you were born. I'm going to show you a wonderful example of not having the wherewithal to last for a long time through a topic, through something. I was born in 1974.
He was going to last through the. Okay. So let's
81.
See. We got 74 we got a 66. Boom. Hello.
There we go. Come on.
62. Hello.
Come on. Oh, yes, sir.
We got grown folk here.
Grown folk unite. Gray hairs unite.
Come on.
Wow. Let's hear it. Come on.
See, that's how they lasted this long so far in the show. They lasted so over 20 minutes in.
That's why they ain't swipe us to the left, man.
Correct.
There we
Check
go.
and check.
We got a couple 90 babies up in here.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. I see y'all.
Okay, so my
We got
cohort.
58. OG,
What?
OG, OG.
Come on. There we
Wow.
go. Oh, they know about the look. That's longevity right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, here it comes. Everybody in the chat, if you've ever made a mixtape when you were in high school,
Ooh.
you know about sitting around waiting for the DJ to play the song that you wanted to hear so you could hit record and add it to your little mixtape. Right? You would sit there for sometimes hours doing something else, but like listening. Do I hear Luther? What? Do I hear Boys and Men? And you run over there and you hit record. You already had it ready. You had the little pause button ready so you could record your favorite song. Now, what do you do? Pull it up and you done. Like, there's no longevity.
Now you can make it. No, you can make your own song, right? You can type in the prompt.
But
That's just gonna give you a song.
Right. I can give you a song about how great I am. How great is Jay Witt? Let me prompt. And there we go. And now we're listening to it. But the fact that we used to have to sit there and listen to the Quiet Storm, like, oh man, commercial break. Oh, let me jump over to WGCI. Oh, okay. No, I missed the song. Oh, I missed the start of it. Oh, all that kind of dumb stuff, man. All that kind of craziness.
So now you got without the intro.
Right, without the intro, or the DJ talks over the intro.
22-second mark.
Or the DJ talk over your intro. Like, that's what we used to have to do, man, to put together your little mixtape. Now you don't have to do any of that. And I don't think this generation even has a clue what it's like. And now, granted, some things are good, some things are bad about it, of course. But the fact that now they don't have no clue. But you know what that also has done to musicians? They don't have albums like they used to either.
That's right.
Out an album with 10, 15 tracks on it, and 3 of them are hits. Now they only put out the 3 hits, and you never see the 12.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the best. We got a lot of. I don't know. Maybe I should have did like a community post. Good gracious, man. There's some folk that have been around a while. Peter.
Some real man.
There's some folk been around here for. Let's finish this up.
You said mixtape, and I went to Lil Wayne. So you already you took it already a decade and a couple of decades before I could even relate. And still, I feel like I had to do something. Burning a CD.
Oh my gosh! Right. Well, I mean, burning a CD, in my opinion, was light years more simple. Than what we had to do. Oh my gosh. Like, and we ain't even talking about how to fix the tape. Somebody said fixing the tape.
Oh, no.
Oh, they ain't even look.
Not the coil. Not the coil.
Yeah, you take the pencil. Had to take the pencil and fix it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, so yeah, I mean, like I think to your point, this generation just does not understand how to stay with a task past it being simple or easy or it's done in, during a commercial break. No, you're gonna be doing these dishes through the commercial break into the next commercial break. So go on and get washed. No, you're gonna be doing this until whatever. So I just think this is interesting, but let's keep it dancing.
I understood what silhouette was, but it's okay. The problem that happened next was this.
I mean, it's understandable for a kid to not be able to pronounce the word gauche because nobody really uses that, but silhouette and extraordinary, there's really no excuses for that. And then him having a post about how they want to expel him is just outlandish. And this is really nothing new to kind of just further the point that this is a weird reaction to that viral video when he's been doing many videos interviewing these kids at this charter school.
So this student was threatened to be expelled, or he was expelled. I'm still trying to find.
Yeah, I don't think he was expelled. I hope he wasn't, but the fact that you were even threatening him is crazy work. The fact that, and they were going to take away his prom and graduation.
Wait, you're saying administration was looking to get rid of him?
Right.
Okay. There's a conversation here. Okay. Because some folks already been talking about in the chat, talking about accountability and the lack thereof, but okay.
No. And yeah. Well, and I'll even add this though.
Please.
I'm gonna add this because they're in different regions. They're not the same. But this young man right here exposed that the students in his school could not read. He's potentially going to be expelled or suspended, not go to prom, and not graduate. Carmel Anthony plunged a weapon into the heart of another student, unaliving him. He got to graduate. He is not in jail, and they're kicking the can down the road. And nobody make that make sense. They probably would have let him go to prom if he went in jail.
The first couple of days, right?
Yeah,
he got half a million. Let's see if they do it for him.
Right. Like I want him to have 1.5 million scholarships to go to school. I want him to have 19 pre-approved college admissions for this. But okay,
that's right.
It's the double standard for me. Let's go
find out what happened there, but it's kind of in limbo. And so not only was he threatened to be expelled by the school, but no prom, not being able to walk, all of that. And this is a student, obviously of African origin, being raised in the States. And, he's probably going to go off to college and he's being punished for this. And a lot of people are thinking that this is too much of a punishment because the students couldn't read this. And really what the preparatory charter high school is trying to do is hide the fact that they're trying to graduate almost a lot of these students and they can barely even read. And
this is true. This is if you have a high school age student, one that's graduating, one that graduated, one that's already in college, and if they're honest, they'll tell you their colleagues can't read worth a dang. President Firstborn has told me this, and this is at a very high-end college. These kids can't read worth 2 cents, Dad. And my daughter, chief executive, second-born in high school, tells me these kids can't read, Dad. And she's actually told me and my wife, thank you for making us read. She said that. Wow. My second-born said, thank you for making us read. And all the corny things I used to do to expose them to books, because y'all don't know this, but I really love little free libraries. It's like a mailbox system around your community where you can put books, and if there's like a little map, you can find all the little free libraries. I love little free libraries to this day. I geek out about them. I like seeing the new ones and all that kind of stuff like that. And I used to go around and grab all of their old books and put them in the trunk. And we used to ride around town and fill up little free libraries and get books. I'm absolutely a geek about that stuff. I love it. So when she told me and my wife that, yeah, your boy's eyes got a little bit misty because I know what she's talking about. I know exactly what she's talking about. He's like, Dad, these kids can't read worth 2 cents. Okay, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, this dude is like he's like the African American Nick Shirley.
I was just about to say this ain't nothing. This is fraud. This is my exact
this is educational fraud.
This is fraud.
Educational
you are
fraud
cheating these children out of a future, and you are creating new slaves. Is what you're doing. What's the first thing you do? You want to create a slave. Illiteracy will do.
Yeah, it will.
Wow. I'm in between cracking up on one side, and I'm a little hot right now. I feel some type of way, especially when I heard what they wanted to do to him.
Yep.
Okay.
Educational fraud is crazy.
Yeah.
We need to check and make sure it's not the Leering Center. We need to make sure that the school isn't called the Leering Center. We got to make sure. We need to check the spelling. Hold on. Let's check the spelling on that thing.
It would have been empty in there.
Bro, that would have been a mess.
In there.
Do you know how much we would lose our minds if this was not misspelled?
Hey,
y'all double check this real quick. Y'all double check.
Preparatory?
Bro, we would have lost our minds.
Preparatory?
High H-I? Bruh, we would have lost our minds, man. We would have gone crazy.
School with a K? That's crazy. School with a K.
That is crazy work.
Understand people pay taxes, and the schools should be, bringing you up to a certain level. But everybody's saying, oh, the school system is failing us. Here is my pushback to that.
The kids do not know how to read. Hell, the adults do not know how to read. I look at some of the comment sections and I can tell that a vast majority of the people living amongst us are reading on a third grade reading level as grown adults. And it's no funny business, it's for real. And the teachers have been sounding the alarm on this for a while. Black women have been sounding the alarm on this for a while, but y'all refuse to listen. But maybe we're here now, and the time is like, if we're fixing all the rest of this country, might as well fix the fact that people do not know how to read.
Damn.
Now, for me, who grew up in the 80s and 90s,
shout out
before
to
the internet, and actually when I got on the internet when it came out, 93, 94, you know, I was in high school. That's when I got my first Apple desktop. So I grew up with the internet, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is today. And you still had to read, you know, To Kill a Mockingbird. You had to read the books, and, you know, you had textbooks, you know, things like that. So that generation was more cognitive, and reading was more fundamental than it is today. Like I said, you know, so many people now are spending a lot of their time on TikTok. They're spending their time on YouTube instead of using TikTok or YouTube for learning resources. Like when I was in medical school, I mean, I was also on TikTok, but, you know, shout out to like Moose Biochemistry, Dr. Robert Acklin. And I would learn, you know, pathology, physiology, biochemistry. You know, I would use YouTube for people that had, you know, better skills in teaching certain subjects online. And I would learn that and implement that into my, you know, everyday reading to make my studying more clear, which is what I believe students today should do, is to use YouTube or TikTok in order to learn certain things. But they don't. They consume so much, you know, junk in their everyday life. And so that creates an imbalance for your cognitive development.
I just want to point out, notice this, like once I'm done with this video, I just swipe up, swipe up, swipe up.
Yep.
I'm not, again, now these are not long videos, but you get my point. Kind of like the 2 words and I'm running. You know, I don't like what he's saying, I'm done. And I'm out of here. But anything you want to add to that, man?
No, brother, there's like, when you're ready to have this conversation, let's have the conversation. Because like you said, there's a couple people on your hit list that you got to go down as far as accountability, right? Starting with the folks at home, and then what the actual system is incentivizing, then the sort of teachers is producing. And somebody even said this in the comments. They said, so now you have the kids can't read, they're going to school, they're getting passed through the system. DEI is pushing them through. Now they become teachers.
Right.
And now they become the teacher who's writing the note that, you know, the parent can't read. That's crazy work, by the way.
Yeah.
That's serious work. But yeah, go as deep as you need to as far as this video goes, but we really need to have this conversation. We really,
I just thought this would be a good way to start the day off, our conversation today. I said, this was a good one. Here we go. Let's keep it dancing.
But what she brought up was a very good point, is that the parents are not intelligent too. This is something that a lot of students in the Black community don't want to deal with. And most of those people or young people in that particular video were Black American. This African young kid was showing, you know, that they just couldn't read. And when you look at the migrants that come over, some of the Africans, some of the Asians, and some of the other people, their family pushes education more. And a lot of our families are broken. And because we have, you know, single parent homes, single mom or single father homes, we love to go out and say that Black women are the most educated, or Black.
I'm gonna stop right there. Before he goes down another rabbit trail. You do not have to be rich. I'm sorry. In the world that we're in today, you do not have to be affluent. You do not have to be rolling in the dough to be able to read and to push. And I'll even go as far to say, you yourself as a parent, let's say you did not finish college. Let's say you got a GED, you didn't finish high school. That does not absolve you from pushing your own child to do better. So like, just because I didn't do better. Go ahead.
Can we talk about Ben Carson?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mother was illiterate, and yet she made it a priority for them kids to read prolifically, and she wouldn't play about reading. And even later in life, she then picked up the ability to read herself. as the help, having a man who, employed her services, and she learned to read from this man in later years while her kids had the expectation when she couldn't read. So what you're saying right now, the fact that even has to be a conversation shows you again where the accountability is. Well,
Correct.
I grew up in this sort of background. I was Poe. I was this. What does an internal intrinsic ability have to do with some money? Libraries are free. Unless you don't bring back the book on time, then you got the little fee or something like that. But as far as what I've experienced, libraries are free.
And I want to point out there's not a desire. We're going back to your guy on the track. We'll call him the track runner. There's not a desire to push our children to actually stay with a book. Somebody said there's not book reports. No, there's not book reports anymore. And again, that's a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing that you're not encouraging the reading of a book and the writing of what did you gain and glean from this text. That's a horrible thing because they don't have an appreciation for reading, and they don't have an appreciation for sitting down and actually having to wrestle with the text and read it.
Yeah.
And make them do it by hand, right by hand. That way, even if they did use AI, they still got to transcribe it. Let's keep this dance going. I don't think people realize just how bad this might be. Okay, let's dance.
Women are the most hardworking, or the Black community is the most this and most that. Well, if that's the case, then you tell me why in your Black demographic areas of Chicago and Cook County, Newark, New Jersey, Black Philadelphia, Detroit, okay, definitely Baltimore. Why are the students so uneducated if their mothers are the most educated group in the country? Tell me that. How is
shots fired? Shots fired.
He said what he said, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that one's gonna lose. I might have to find my little sound effect. Hold on 1 second. What? All right, we gotta break that up a little bit because that's gonna hurt. That one hurt a little bit.
We want to talk about culture. Let's get into it.
Right.
Let's get into it. We pretended like it started with these kids. Let's get into it.
We're pretending like it's somebody else's fault. And I keep saying this. We keep blaming other people for our own decisions, our own lack of desire in certain areas. Stop blaming other people. Like, there's no benefit in blaming other folk when the problem rests literally in your own door, at your own doorstep. There's no reason.
Well, brother Jay, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why is it that when I first moved to the States, about 9 years old, and I began to start conversing with the people around me, the first school I went to was a predominantly Black school in Texas. And why is it that when they heard my articulation, not just the accent, right? I've been speaking English my entire life. Why is it that they were referring to the way that I spoke as speaking white? Why is that?
I'll one you up.
Why is that?
I was known as Belinda's proper speaking child. This was in my own family. I was known as that amongst my own family.
You had a family title. You had a kin title.
Right. Oh, that's Belinda's proper speaking child.
Wow.
Even in my own camp. So, but we have, and when I say we, I'm talking about the highly melanated community. I'm talking about the independent male. Okay. I'm talking about the highly melanated community. We have ascribed anything that is of a standard, anything that says you have to come up here, up to this level, you must up to this level, as being white. And anything that is just willy-nilly, whatever the devil you want to do, whether you want to use use every syllable or none of the syllables, it don't matter.
Yeah,
we've considered that to be, we have done this as Black.
That's right.
It is not white folk that have done this. We have done this to ourselves.
Yeah.
And other people, other cultures, other groups have picked it up that we have subscribed, like, oh, this is the culture and whatnot like that. Or this is what acting Black is, or this is whatever. So now, then we get in our feelings when somebody say you're acting ghetto. when you're doing X, Y, when you walk around in your bonnet and your pajamas and your slides. But we have said that is the standard.
Yeah.
And that's just something, we're not going to beat those charges. So we might as well just go ahead and accept it, get the sentence, and just try to do better and be on parole. But we've put ourselves in this trick bag where, let me pull this picture up right here, that this is not common. This is not common. What's common is
that's in
my man
most of the time.
Say again?
Pew.
Right. This is what's common. Pew. Pew. Wait, here it comes. This is what's common.
I don't know what this shit say. I don't know what this shit say. I don't know what this shit say.
Right. He don't even know what it says, but he done used the S word 3 times in that one little block. But this is not common. I just want to make that. We've done that. It ain't got nothing to do with white people. Ain't got nothing to do with systemic or operational or whatever kind of blame games, racism you want to bring. We have done this to ourselves. And now we're sitting there looking at the ramifications of it. And then we got to point our finger and try to find some way to get out of it.
That's right. That's right. Now it's Brother Jay's fault. You were the teacher, right? It's your fault now.
Well, that is true. The only problem is I'm no longer.
You should have. Well,
I taught both of my daughter's grades. I taught both of my daughter's grades, and they can read perfectly fine. So I didn't do that. I'm not responsible for that. I'll bring Chief Executive Second Born right here. We'll call her, and she'll tell you, "Nah, my dad didn't do that to me." No, it's not his fault. There's some things I'm not the best dad at, making him get this trash and clean this kitchen up. But you know what? One thing they won't say is my dad did not teach me. They will never be able to say that. Right. I will not. They will never have to level those charges against me.
Tell me that. How is it that the most educated group in the country, allegedly, let them tell it, Black women are the most educated group in the country? It's a lot of Black single moms in Baltimore. And to be honest, it's a lot of educational opportunity in the state of Maryland for Blacks. You got University of Maryland Eastern Shore, you got Morgan State, you got, not too far from there, Howard. A lot of opportunities in the Chicagoland area for education. So
I don't know about Chicago. I want to use
why
Chicago.
are their kids not doing well? Black men are that Black women are not as educated, and that the parents are not spending time with their kids to develop their reading. It's important that students develop their reading for a few reasons. Number one, if you can't read, typically you have a hard time doing math. Okay? Reading is a foundational skill for almost every other subject. Math.
I don't think there's a subject that is not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think. Wait. Brother Jay may have to talk my daughter. I did. I think I did teach. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
His daughter's the same age as
can they read?
Firstborn.
We need the evidence. We need the evidence because Black folk out here talking about my kids can't read because of. So we might need the evidence.
President Firstborn is upstairs. No, President Firstborn was there. Yeah. Absolutely. His daughter was in my class.
In the J. Witt household, right? 100% literacy.
we got a 100% literacy rate over here at Whitaker Park. It's 100%. And we don't talk to people who don't have good sense. So whenever you come over here, it's going to be 100 plus. There we go.
Still 100.
It's still 100. It's 110 when you come over because we don't even let you in the house if you can't read. I'm just kidding.
Can't read the sign in.
Right. We got to get you signed up in here. All right, let's keep this dance going.
Science, history, difficulty with literacy creates a cumulative disadvantage, meaning all around, you're screwed all around. Students who read below grade level often struggle to access complex information. So whether you want to graduate them or not, they're still going to have lower graduation rates. If you have a lower cognitive ability, you react more emotionally. So when you see a lot of the Black youth and they just do something that don't make no sense and they don't have a strong foundation to use their logic, go and test to see how good that person reads. Then you will find out how their logic is weak, and it comes from a lack of a foundation in just reading. So if people read at a stronger level, you will reduce, I would bet you will reduce crime, okay? If you can't.
I don't know about that one, O'Shea. I'm going to push back on that one.
Go ahead.
You might reduce a certain type of crime.
Mm-hmm.
You might reduce crimes of passion. Because I do believe that reading levels probably could go along with impulse control and longevity with the topic and cognitive ability. So the likelihood of me punching Tinashe because I disagree with him is going to go lower because my reading levels increased. But that don't mean I'm not going to try to embezzle something from you, right? Because I'm still an unregenerate
that might
person.
egg you on,
right? Yes, right. That might egg me on because now I got
you can read your way through them cases. Okay.
So
Okay.
on Thursdays and Fridays we do like body cam, and there's a body cam channel where they highlight somebody. It's like a little documentary, and they go from like when they started, literally from the beginning to when they got arrested. And there's a young lady I watched one. It was really sad about this young woman who became a 911 operator. And I never thought about this, but 911 operators, like your life is hanging in the balance of those 3 digits. Can you imagine you are in peril and you call 911 and the operator picks the phone up and hangs up on you? And you call again and they do it again and again, like 3-4 times, and you're calling because a loved one is sick or something is wrong. And the woman, what ended up happening was a woman was calling in because her child was having some kind of allergic reaction or choking, and the girl did not want to work. She literally said, I just didn't want to work today. And the woman kept calling, and somehow or another, by a twist of fate, she kept getting the same 911 operator. 911, what's your emergency? Click. 911, click. Like, it was like nanoseconds. They recorded it, and it was like nanoseconds. And the girl, and the reason I bring that up is because in high school, she was struggling. She didn't make it through college. She struggled through high school. She got into like first 2 years of college and tapped out, and then found this job as a 911 operator and thought it was going to be like sky's the limit. But she didn't want to work. She literally told the people when she arrested them, "Oh, I just didn't want to work that day." That part right there
that is criminal in and of itself.
She's criminal, all right. She's in jail, all right. But I'm like, wow, I just didn't want to work that day. T. Peter, I didn't want to work that day. That's crazy work. Maybe we'll have to pull that one back up tomorrow. So make sure y'all like this video, by the way. And I think we watched it on my channel. It was really sad. And the bad thing is that a lot of these people, they got a career in a bank. Like, oh my gosh, the woman that worked at the bank and was embezzling from these older people. It's like this little small community in Mississippi, right? And these older people would come and cash their checks every month, and she would like siphon the money off, just a little bit off of all these people. Hundreds of thousands of dollars she siphoned off of these elderly people.
Wow.
With a straight face.
Yeah, like you said, it's a heart issue.
Yeah, it's a heart issue. So my point is, now these people weren't out there fighting. They weren't out here bonnet and slides and pajamaing.
Correct.
But they was embezzling. And so being able to read doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to commit crimes.
You can be in your little
unless you read the scriptures and you read that I am a sinner and Christ has saved me. Maybe that will help you. That might need to be what you read. But just to say you read is not going to help you. Yeah, I did not know that. I was totally I never thought about 911 operators not wanting to do their job. I just knew 911 operators are like first responders. Like they just want to help. They just, whatever I can do, T, I want to help you, This chick was picking that phone up and hanging it up, bruh. And when they started going back, she was doing this all the time. Like,
because I'm about to say that wasn't the only person calling, right?
Oh, no.
Obviously.
No, she had done this multiple times over many months, but this is the one that actually somebody died because of it.
Wow.
And it was sad because like I want to say it was a kid. Don't quote me on this. I might have to find it. We'll watch it tomorrow. I want to say like a 9-year-old kid. He was having a medical event. She kept calling, and the woman, it was just a weird twist of fate that she kept getting the exact same one who didn't want to work that day. I'm like, just put your phone on break or something. Like, don't take calls.
See, this is why AI is about to take folks' jobs. If we keep getting people like that,
yeah, that might be that. You might.
It's going to incentivize machines because that is. Look, okay. Can we pause the video and get into conversation real quick?
Let's go. We ain't got nothing to do. I got all day today.
You got time today. We
Here
on
we go.
Kimon time. Let's get into it. Nothing but these facts. So we have to talk about a lack of accountability, and it is systemic
Sure.
and it is cultural, right? So a person like that feels, and she probably felt justified while she's doing it. And then when she got some sort of consequences or repercussions, she most definitely felt that she was wronged. I've seen this play out 1,000 times just in different scenarios, right? It's how dare they kick me out and now they want to litigate me. I didn't feel like it. And again, I'm telling you, I see this in my generation, and I've asked a multitude of business owners because I know what Gen Z is about. There's a beauty in our generation, and you get to see it with your kids. But then there's another side when you really start to get into the weeds. And yes, we can get into social media and the ramifications of kids who are digital natives, like they call them. But
yep.
You have got a generation of kids who believe that it's okay to not be responsible for the things you're responsible for. That's why, and I'm gonna go there. That's why we also have abortion rates the way that they are. I don't have to be responsible for what I am responsible for. You sign up for that job, you're responsible to do the job.
No question. By the way, I just dropped the link to that. If you want to, we'll y'all can check it out. I dropped the link to that particular video, and the channel is called Body Cam Horror, and it literally just highlights these terrible stories of people, ruining their lives, siphoning money from people and such of that nature. So there you go, check it out. No, I'm with you 100%, but I think we live in a world where I called it last night. I called it respawnology, where I really don't. Death isn't final.
Yeah,
because Marvel Comics, when Tony Stark died, they just brought him back.
Yeah.
He's back.
That's right. That's
like
right.
death isn't final. Like I'm a respawn. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto too much or Halo too long, where I just don't think that death actually is final. No, I'll just respawn. And responsibility is gone because whatever mistake I made that caused me to pass away the first time I played the game, and now that I respawn, it don't matter because I'll ignore that. I won't walk on that trip mine, or I won't go on that side of the game board because it doesn't matter. But that's not reality. That's not life.
Yeah.
And we're watching in real time people that I think don't fully understand and appreciate life and the opportunities that we have, and realize that there's decisions that you make that will shut the door to other decisions that you could have made. Like
That's right.
Again, like that fork in the road meme. Like if you go this way or you go this way, but you can't go back that way if I go this way. So, and it shuts the door to other options. And I don't
Can
think
I bring
we see
something
that.
else up?
Yeah.
In
Go
this
ahead.
is, there's that old quote which says, hard times make strong men make good times, and then good times make weak men, right? That cyclical thing.
Good times make weak men, right? And weak men make
Right.
hard times.
Hard times, correct.
Yep.
So I believe that we're on that side of that sequence, right? Where we have a generation where my little bros, right? My little bros can sit at the house for most of the day. Let's say around my age, mid-20s, early 20s. They can sit at the house at mama's house, not their own house. So bills are paid for. They can go ahead and DoorDash, so they don't really have to leave the house. Have they showered? Have they made the bed? Haven't gotten out of bed, so not really a necessity to. Let's see. They're on the video game. They got the phone on the side just in case they get bored from that, and they can do the interchange, right? And so they're living in a non-reality. Now, contrast that to 50, 60, 70 years ago. Granddad. If granddad didn't get up and go to work, family starves.
Correct.
There's no buffer. Mama probably grew up in the Great Depression. She had nothing. And so he had to go out and work at 5, 6, 7 years old, find something to do. He might have dropped out because he had to work. Right? Learned how to read on the way, picked up this and that job on the side. So his reality was all these things that we think are now essentials and necessities or whatever weren't even an option for him. And so he created an environment where it was now possible for grandson, great grandson to live in this ultimate bubble of comfort, really hedonism, where he doesn't have to do anything. And so, of course, when the end goal is, well, even if you do things that should lead you to poverty, abject poverty, if a man does not work, he should not eat. Even if you do those things, don't worry, mama's still going to take care of it. And so we bring this back to the household, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to stay in your parents' house? Let's talk to you specifically, Brother Jay Witt. If you were dragging your feet, if you say, I'm just going to figure things out for the next couple of years, let me do me, ma, what's the response?
I would have done me somewhere else. And James might have done me harm. If I said that.
Okay.
I told the joke about, that time I called my mom out of her name and my dad put me in the multiverse of madness.
Yes.
So I would have done me somewhere else, and James would have done me harm. That's all would happen.
Under a bridge. You would have done
under a bridge.
Correct. There
Right.
were consequences, and there were real consequences. There were existential consequences. Nowadays, the worst is, okay, I'm going to take your video game set away. I'm going to take your device. That's not a real consequence.
Mm-mm.
In the real world, like you said, when you're really out there, okay, now you really have to fend for yourself. If you are slacking off at the job, you're hanging up on folk who you're supposed to be, in the in between of saving these people's lives. If that's
Crazy
you,
word.
you go to jail. Some jobs, okay, maybe it's not jail. Guess what it is? Unemployment. Okay, you're fired.
Unemployment, at least
okay,
unemployment.
You still got bills. Okay, fantastic. Now you're out on the street, eviction. That's real life. So for me, I say these kids need a taste of that. Otherwise, it's just going to be we're creating a system that is mass producing this.
No, I agree with you. And there's not a triaging of importance, putting things in their proper place. Like, what's most important? What do I need to do today? What I need to work on today?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can be swiping later on. I can be vegging out later on. But even in that, I need to put that in its proper place. It shouldn't be the lion's share of my day. Or the overall, I need to go out and find a job. I need to go do this work.
Yeah.
I need to be excellent at my job. And then when I come home, I can earn laying on the couch doing nothing. But right now, it's like I'm gonna lay on the couch and do nothing.
Instant gratification.
Yes. That is exactly what it is. All right, let's instantly finish up this video.
Read well. You cannot get into your specialized pathways. Medicine,
Ain't nothing that could.
law school. These
Come
are
on.
high volume reading and comprehension skills are mandatory, okay? Also, employment opportunities. This is how you see so many folks working at Burger King, Taco Bell, stuff like that. They're going to struggle with complexity, technicality, legal documents, policy documents, all of that.
Okay, I want to say this. I don't think that I don't besmirch people who work in fast food or I guess low tier employment. Nah, they're just as vital. Good gracious, that's where y'all get most of y'all nourishment from. Y'all better leave y'all better leave them alone. Y'all better be nice to these people. So I don't look down on it. I do think that if somebody's there and they could do better, I want them to do better, or they could do differently and really push their skills into a trade, really push their skills into somewhere else. I want them to push themselves to be better. If you're just there at the grocery store, you're there at the gas station because you don't want to do better, but you could do better. To me, I don't think that's a good look. But if that's the best you can do, which is perfectly fine, then
it's honest work.
It's honest work. And I was looking at it the other day. I said, man, all these programs that my town has for homeless persons. What if they actually hired these homeless people to do a job rather than just get some better? Now, there's some people who are not mentally healthy to be working on anything. But I'm like, I'm sure you all have seen it. And if you've been on my channel, I'm every now and then I'm like a closet tree hugger. I hate litter. I was like, man, what if they hired people to pick up trash? And I'm sure y'all have seen it. You've seen it, especially if you're in the inner city. Like, man, what if they, instead of just giving these people money, what if they gave them a task that they could be proud of? It's like, man, I cleaned up all the way down to Baker Street. You see how clean that is? I did that. And I got paid. Now, I want you to get paid. I'm not saying just do it for free.
Yeah.
But like, what if they started doing that and giving these people something to be proud of? Because at the moment, you have nothing to be proud of. And maybe some of these people, sadly, they really have some mental problems and they need some help. There's some folk like they are really down bad. But then there's some people who maybe they got a really bad checkered past and they really can't get back into society in a meaningful way because of their past. But if you hired them to do something rather than just giving them a check, they could at least have some pride in what they're doing. Just my
Absolutely.
thought. Now there are tons of people who refuse services. And look, if they put out the cattle call and 100 homeless people came, and these are the 100 homeless people that actually wanted to do some work, and you provided like, hey, you could work with the city and do landscaping, with the city and do trash pickup and whatever like that, and you'll get a job. And you have a job. Now you got paid. Now, hey, now you're on you're at least making some baby steps to being self-sufficient. And now we might also find out like, okay, we got the 100 homeless people that were downtown out of the way. They all have jobs. They're all doing something. Who are these people that are left? Oh, these are the drug addicts. These are the mentally feeble people and disabled folk that really, truly need more help than just a job and a place to point to do some work. To me, especially if you've ever been to Philadelphia, by the way, my wife is from Philly. So I've been there more times than I want to admit. Trust me, this would work in Philadelphia. I'm just going to say that. So shout out to Independent Man. What he says is, have a great day, fellas. The best live chat. I got to go do my job now. No hanging up on people. Please.
Right, there you go.
Thank you so much. Please don't be hanging up on people.
Not today.
Shout out to
Not today.
Not today, sir.
No, I might be the one calling.
Thank you for that. Right. All right, let's keep this Dan.
We're going to have lower income. People who can't read well, can't understand any system. Healthcare system, political system, nothing.
Yeah.
They also have lower confidence, profound psychological effects. And then the worst part is they create more children like themselves. And again, this is a big problem all over, I hate to say it, the Black world. It's a really big issue.
I'm gonna make a statement. Y'all know I rock with O'Shea. Every now and then O'Shea be letting me down, right? Every now and then O'Shea be like, bruh, this is not your fight. Get out of here. Leave this one alone. I'm gonna give him credit. He has put all of the blame in his proper place during this video, and it is on us. He ain't blaming nobody else. He is blaming us for this problem. And you know what? Shout out to that. I think that's a great point. Because usually he be, sometimes he be hitting and missing.
He be dabbling in the white man.
Yeah. He's my nephew, though. He's my nephew, but man, every now and then he be messing. I'm like, bruh, let it go, man. This is not your fight. All right, let's dance.
I know people don't want to talk about it. It's exposing the community. But if you don't spend time with your kids, somebody else will spend time with them. And typically what that means is they will spend time with them doing activities that are not about academics. They will not do well. They will get involved in gangs, get involved in drugs, get involved in all kind of crimes. They're more likely to do that. And they won't be as valuable to society as they.
Bro, I forgot that we used to wear our wave cap like that, man. Well, one, I haven't had a wave cap in so long, I forgot that I actually did. But I forgot we used to wear wave caps like that. What in the world were we thinking?
That was Juvenile and the Hot Boys. That's what that was.
That's what that was, man. That's crazy.
That's what that was right there. Yes, sir.
Did you hear about the guy that worked at Taco Bell that shot people because they were fighting over a water cup?
Okay. No, you see. Okay.
And
look, there's a
okay.
There's a reason why I had to take a recess from such things, because everyday foolishness like this everyday foolishness like this. Y'all had me sounding
Everyday
like Uncle Ruckus. That's what they started calling me.
Everyday foolishness. No, and I thought about it. I was like, man, this dog, he literally pulled a gun and shot some folk at Taco Bell because they wanted to get water cups because they were using the water cups to get pop. You know, they weren't getting water. And I'm like, yo, for real? Dude is going to go to jail for attempted murder over a water cup. And I don't know why I wanted to say, oh, I thought about it when I saw this guy rack his gun right there. I thought about it when I saw him rack the gun.
Taco Bell. That's the last sight you see after grabbing the water cup and getting a soda.
Right.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
And they were, they was getting at it. My man pulled the gun out, racked it, and they were still arguing with him. I'm like, you do realize he has a weapon in his hand, and he's already empowered it to get ready to use it. You do, okay. And he shot him. I don't think anybody passed away, but again, it's just the fact that that's how the impulse control went. Okay, let's get done.
And all kind of crimes, they're more likely to do that. And they won't be as valuable to society as they could be. And as much as you want to say it's the school's fault, it's the parents' fault.
Come on.
Okay, it's the parents that decide to have these kids. If you are not taking care of your kids, if you are not spending time with them, or you know what you can do, get a tutor. If you don't know how to do something, get your kids a tutor. If you don't know how to do the math, put your kids into tutoring. Get your kids the help that they need. If your reading is not good, get yourself the help too with your kid. It's okay. But if you don't do it, nobody else will. And then when your kid graduates and they didn't know nothing, it's not going to be the school's fault.
It's crazy.
It's your fault. Like anybody who uses AI or Chat GPT or Google Gemini, it will only tell you what your base level knowledge is. Whatever questions you ask it, the more articulate questions you can ask, the better the cognitive response you get. That's what happens. With AI, it happens in life. So if your kids are not ready, they're not ready, and then it's your fault. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shay Jackson back at it again with another episode.
All right, shout out to
Brother Jay, can I ask you a question?
What for all you subscribe to the bell?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I need to ask you a question about your teaching days.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So when you were a teacher, and you said which grades did you teach?
Second. I taught first grade and second grade. Let me put it in the proper
Okay, first and second. Okay, so maybe this might be a little deviation, but when you were a teacher, how many of the parents of the kids that you were teaching made sure to get to know who you were?
Okay, so I taught in I would probably say upwards of like 80%.
Wow.
I will say this, even though my schools were not, I never taught at a school that would be considered, rolling in the dough. Okay. However, even when I taught in Atlanta Public, when I taught off of Cleveland Avenue, every one of those parents was involved to a degree that was impressive. And my indicator for parental involvement was always when you sent home when you sent the school supply list. These are the supplies we need in the classroom. So many boxes of tissue, glue, crayons, pencils, and stuff like that. When you send that list home, and I would always gauge it based upon how many brought back those supplies.
Okay.
And every year, by God's grace, every year that I taught, I had fantastic parental involvement in that regard. I will say that. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm a male, because male teachers are an anomaly in the early years. So that's always something interesting. So I don't know if it was because of that or what, but I always had really good parental turnout in that regard. So then it always, when PTA night or parent teacher conference night or open houses, I always had really good turnout. I will say that. Now, does that mean that they always did the best when they were at home with their kids?
Right.
Not always so much. But I will say that I had some pretty good, I would say probably better than 80%.
Okay. And I would ask, is this the standard or the anomaly? Your story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's an anomaly. I wouldn't say everybody. And of course, the higher up your kids go, first and second grade, that's different than, seventh and eighth. I don't know any of my kids, any of my high schoolers, parent teachers, and she went and bought gifts for them for teacher appreciation week I'm like, I don't even know who your teachers are. Tell me what are you buying and for whom? Like, oh, okay, I didn't know that person's name. Okay, cool. So yes.
So again, I mean, look, your kids 100 percentile literacy rate. So we could put them to the side for a second. But I might convict some folks out there, and y'all can come for my head top if you want. But I believe that it is foundational to understand who your children are being influenced by, right?
That's fair.
Right. And I'm getting somewhere with this.
I know you go.
So, okay. Because if you don't know that your kid's teacher is not able to do certain things, right? That they're not cognitively all the way there, let alone some of the creeper activities. And that could be a segment for a whole nother time. But just speaking of the educational aspect, if you don't know that your kids' teachers are woke, right? That they're given over to this leftist indoctrination and that they're pushing this or even seeping it into the curriculum, you know, it's like you have one kid one day and then a couple years later, you have another.
You have a different child. Yep.
I saw kids in high school with me who came in and they were one way. And by the time we graduated, that was a whole different person.
Got it.
And it happened at school, in the classrooms. You know who one of them kids were?
You. Got it.
When did I step away from the faith? When did I start all of a sudden seeing God as a machination, and actually the story of Jesus was taken from Horus and this one and that one, and the story of Noah is actually Gilgamesh? Where did I get these ideas? It was not in the household. Some of these teachers, and I feel like, because my dad is an astute man, right? He is a solid brother. He did everything I believe in his job necessary. But if he had known specific teachers, let's say by name, let's say he just had a conversation, he would have already deep to say, this one's a little off. What this guy is pushing, because it was written all over this man. It was coded, right? Unfortunately, a lot of teachers, you know, from probably 2012 forward, you know, are out there with their politics and their stance, and they're sharing things they shouldn't be sharing with kids. And that is a huge part of this problem when we look at the institution of education right now. But what I'm saying is, if there is no sort of checking where that child is, now you were doing your job of being present with your kids, and that's number one, first and foremost, right? Checking in, where are we? So when things are seeping in, you can check it. Some folks are, for whatever given reasons, they could say, I'm too tired, I got 2 jobs more, I got this, that, and third. Excuse can be whatever it is. But there is a point, and it's a process that usually happens with this indoctrination, because some of these kids can't read, but they know how to protest ICE. You know what I'm saying? Like,
matter of fact, here in Atlanta, there was a failing high school here in Atlanta. I'm just going to say Atlanta Metro. There's a failing high school where they walked out and protested ICE, and their reading scores, their math scores, all the metric scores are below national average, but they were out there protesting ICE. And I remember someone doing a man on the street asking them, what are they protesting and why are they protesting? And there's a lot of them that are like, I don't really know. Or there's literally a school in South Atlanta. It's not necessarily failing, but it's definitely not. They don't need to be outside. They were outside protesting for ICE and destroying property on school grounds, destroying their computers, destroying the track and field, and just because. It had nothing to do with ICE. It was not like, ICE is against having, great lines on your football field. They were just doing dumb stuff. And I'm like, y'all, this is such a bad look, because it was black kids. And I'm sure y'all saw the video. So no, I just want to add that to it as well.
And I think, again, that's a great point, because what is being incentivized always matters, especially when you're dealing with kids, right?
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully as an adult, you've gotten to a point where you can kind of self-regulate and you don't need as much validation for why you do or do not do things, right? But I remember as a kid, in high school, I wanted the validation of a few people, including my teachers. And the less my parents' validation mattered, the more my peers and my teacher's validation. And we're on campus for 7-8 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing now these people more than I'm seeing my own folks. And that, I mean, happens for a relatively long amount of time, but I'm in a vulnerable situation. I'm trying to figure out my identity. And if the household is not intact, if it is not solid, if there's a little shaky and wobbliness, it's going to show.
No question, no doubt.
These teachers, I mean, some of the again, this is to bring the blame back home, but we have to address what's going on in schools. Like the kids are learning their LGBs and not ABCs. That's real.
Correct.
Why does my kid know about what a trans person is, but they can't add? That's an issue. Wow. That's a systemic issue. But that only gets into the household when mama and daddy aren't fully present.
Good call. Good call. So what, and I think, as I said before in the opening, this is a multi-layered problem. And I do think that if people are willing to be honest and have that conversation between parents and teachers and administration and students and extra community members and willing to be honest, I think there could be some real change. Some
Absolutely.
real. But if one party keeps saying, well, it's not really my fault. I have nothing. I dropped them off when they were 6 and I pick them up when they're 18. If one party holds that position, nobody's going to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
So if parents don't say, I'm equally as responsible as the teacher, as the administration, as my student, to see my student. But if the student says, well, hey, again, same thing with the student. If the student takes no responsibility, if nobody takes responsibility, I'm sorry, if one group doesn't take responsibility, nobody's going to take responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's what ends
the
up
kids are
happening,
the ones who are hurt. The kids are the ones who are hurt
certainly.
when it's all said and done. Yeah.
Man, that's some good stuff, man. All right. So, oh, wait. You got anything else you want to add?
Pew. That's it.
Pew. All right, here. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end this segment. Let me add a little end to it. Let's see.
Okay. What you got for that one?
I have nothing.
So when I look at when I go back and edit it, when I see Whitney Houston, I know end of that segment. That's the end of that.
Thank you, Whitney. Thank you, Sister Whitney.
Whitney helped us out. She was helping us out.
She's always playing a role, per usual.
Okay, so I'm thinking of a number. I got a number 1 and I got the number 2. Pick a number and we'll decide where we're going next.
We're going number 2. You know, I always got to be different for no reason.
All right. So number 2, we were going to talk about your friend. She whom you
will not shan't
she
not.
who the one that you just you know who I'm talking about, because I got some questions, T. Peter.
You don't get to ask those questions. What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you so scared?
Candace Owens. First of all, first question for you, TP.
Yeah.
What is her name this week? What is her name this week? Because you come up with new names week. So what this week? What is her name?
The manifestation of the machination, once known as Candace Owens, is today known as Damnedest Slowens.
Because that was last week though. So this is her final form.
Damnedest Slowens, because as damned as she is as slow as she is. So yes, sir, and
no argument for me whatsoever.
Sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, all right. So, man, it's fair to say, man, that you are definitely not on the Candace Owens fan club mailing list.
I gave that away.
Say again? I don't know, man. There's something that just didn't, I don't know. Your last response there just did not get, fan club vibes there, my brother. I didn't get fan club vibes. All right, man.
Yeah.
Give me your overall, your high view of what in the world is going on with Candace Owens. Up to, I think we know where she's going, but tell me what's your thoughts on it?
So, the most recent video I did was basically breaking down a case that was exposed by Laura Loomer. So for some folks who don't know who Laura Loomer is, she is the last person whose bad side you want to get on in this world of pundits and news and conservatism, right? You just don't want to get on her radar because she is going to dig and dig and dig until she finds whatever receipts are necessary to pin on a case. So Laura basically exposes that George Farmer, aka George Slowens, or George Owens, the house husband of Damnedest
Wow, the house
Slowens.
husband is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it turns out that Buddy Boy had a case of a DUI where he crashed his car and had a weapon on him. Now she
Correct.
broke this down to the blood alcohol level, where as far as this man was intoxicated 3 times what the legal limit would actually be.
Correct.
This man was reckless enough to crash out in a massive, I'm talking about Tonka truck size vehicle, and pop both tires, crash into a tree or something of that nature, total of the car, and again, a weapon on him. So the reason this matters is because of the context of who we're dealing with. Now, Damnedest has spent the last several years and has really dialed in for the last several months in, I say she is a mixture of like the Wendy Williams,
Okay.
right? With the demonic. Not to say that there wasn't any demonic taking place there, but Wendy was the scandal and the drama, salaciousness, who's doing what and what's going on with who and who did what to who. And so she's been playing that game whilst also doing it in some of the most egregious forms as far as Erica Kirk is concerned, more specifically, right?
No question.
Pinning Charlie Kirk's assassination on his wife, or now widow. So again, if Damnedest was somebody who was genuine, if she was somebody who wasn't dabbling in fire, or I guess fully throwing herself into the fire, then most people would not bother with her. They would not be bringing up these receipts of, look at your dirty laundry, look at the skeletons in your closet, right? So this case is one that she's now been trying to duck and dodge. I mean, she came out yesterday or 2 days ago now, put out a 33-minute gaslighting session.
I did the video
on
this
her
morning.
X Live.
I did the video this morning.
There we go. There we go. Trying to play cover, in essence, and trying to project, as she oftentimes does, right? As a malignant narcissist does. Good old cluster B personality. So yeah, that is the most recent unfolding. Now, there is so much to unpack when it goes back to just the last 6 to 7 months. As far as her, I believe, exposing herself enough for people who are genuine in their approach, genuine in their intrigue, people who are listeners that care for truth can now see through who this woman actually is. Like, I believe that after Charlie was assassinated, that was the turning point. And for everybody else who might have been deceived by her because they thought she was, actually after truth, at this point in time, there's no excuse. You must love what she is selling. And to that, I would have to question, your own motives and intentions. So yeah, that's where we currently are with her. She is currently playing cover for her husband's DUI. What happened to it? Was it paid off? Was it, swept under a rug? Did he use some of his connections in the higher up realms in order to deal with that situation? And yeah, now, of course, it's a story about her being harassed and being a victim and being stalked, right, by Ben Shapiro and such.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I think you're right, and I love the way you handle that. I find it interesting. I literally did the video this morning, the 33-minute crash out video this morning, and I point out the fact that I do think that Candace is now losing the plot. Like, she's losing grip on her audience, and she's also losing grip on what it was that she's trying to do. Because that video and the previous live stream that she did was nothing more than defending herself. Charlie Kirk has become a passing narrative. Erica Kirk has gone down by the wayside. Now, maybe her lawyer said, you might need to stop this. You might need to dial this back. And maybe that's what they told her to do, but she's still got to make that bread. So now she's going after Turning Point. I'm sorry, after Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and Brian Harpo's attorney. Maybe that's it. But what I think is happening is that she's starting to really crash out And I say in the video, like, hold on to this video. This video might come back later on and you might really say, wow, this was the start. She had the blinker on for a while, but now she's starting to turn the wheel and she's making a right turn onto complete and total crash out lane. And it's pretty bad to watch because I'm like, you do realize she gave you no receipts. There was nothing of evidence that she gave. She read something off the screen about an alleged case about somebody that worked at Daily Wire, but there was nothing else. And of course, she said, I'll put this information on the website. Okay, right alongside that Egyptian plane data. But I don't think people are paying attention to just how much she's crashing out. And the very, very last thing I want to point out is, and I said this in the video, the seed, the harvest is always greater than the seed. She has been planting this type of attack on Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk for 8 months, baby, accept that you are reaping your harvest. Just accept it.
That's right.
Embrace it.
That's right.
Just embrace it. Stop acting like you did not put this out there. She's saying it's wrong for Laura Loomer to attack her family. Ma'am, you brought up Erica Kurt's mom's second husband's first wife. Ma'am, miss me with that. The woman used to work at Quaker Oats. Right. Worked at Quaker Oats, and you were talking about irradiated oatmeal. Ma'am, miss us with all of the false bravado. Nobody cares. The harvest is always going to be greater than the seed. You've been sowing it, and now Laura Loomer is bringing it in for you. And just accept it. Just accept it.
That's right. So it's funny you say this moment of sort of relenting, right? There was a message I got. This might have been 7 months back, give or take. And I felt in my spirit like, there's a turn taking place here. Like this is becoming something else, right? The woman has been warned. You know, our Lord is faithful in all things, and he is eternally patient with our knuckleheaded selves.
Ooh. Yeah, he is.
So this isn't she just didn't know, or this is somebody who was dragging along for years in this direction, playing with actual fire, playing with God, using him as a means for this power game that she's been playing. And so about 7 months ago, I put out a message. Folks can check that out at some point if they want to. And it's called like my final message to Candace. This is probably the last time I saw. It's like, there's still a Candace Owens there. But then there was a point that switched. I said, oh, that's the hand of God relenting. That's given over to a reprobate mind right there.
I agree.
So what you're saying, like, this is funny enough. You referenced the manifestation of the fruit. It's the fruit externally as well as internally, right?
Yeah,
it's like you said, she has lost grip of that, but she's also lost grip of this. That's why you jump on the live. She didn't get on a curated platform. I'm betting her producers, were not too happy about that move. But now in a sense of desperation, you just got to say something.
Let me also point out, and this is just, I've said this before, Candace's show is recorded. It's not live. Yep. It's recorded.
Yep.
And I'll stand by that. Now, she tries to do things to make it look like it's live and, not produced, but I'm sorry. It's a pre-recorded show. Ask yourself this. If 20 minutes after her stream, she jumps back on and gets on X, why does she not just stay on the live stream? She was collecting bread. Lord knows she was collecting bread. So I ain't mad at her at all. She was collecting bread on the live stream. She ended the live stream. 20, 30 minutes later, she hops on shaky cam on X.
Yep.
No bread coming in, no extra, super chats or anything of that nature. Why did she do that? That's because the show was pre-recorded. That's why.
Yeah.
And she just leaves the outfit on, and then she jumps on the shaky cam, so it looks like it was relatively right afterwards. It was.
She probably threw the outfit on.
She might put it back on, right? She might put it back on. Great point. Right. But again, it makes no sense. And beside that point, I think she's losing grip on the reality of what she's the chaos that she's bringing. And I hate to say it, Laura Loomer is bringing that amount of chaos. Respectfully, Xavier, I did a video on him yesterday. he's bringing that level of disrespect. I don't agree with everything, but my goodness, in the morning, at this point in the game, we need some bigger, we need some bigger guns. We need some heavier hitters. And at this point, Laura Loomer is hurting that woman's feelings. And that gaslight video, that shaky cam video is proof, evidence. Hold on to it, because you'll come back to it later on and be like, yeah, we saw this coming.
The point of no return.
Yo,
that's when she really became damnedest. You're damned. I'll be damned.
Right. Well, she is for sure. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that Candace's attack on Erica has worked in the way that Candace thought it would work?
Yes and no. Let me start with yes.
Okay.
I did a little bit of my own due diligence, and I looked up some Google statistics, and you can all do it if you want in real time. You can look up search engine results for Erica Kirk. Simple as that, right? And sure enough, September to October 2025, you see a massive spike in searches for Erica's name. And there was actually a very specific point. It wasn't right after Charlie was assassinated, mind you. Charlie has been a hot button subject. After Damnedest, at the time was still Scamdest, right? She was just on a light scam. At that time, she starts to bring Erica up and starts to bring insinuations. TPUSA and people around him are conspiring, that whole. So there is a correlation between Erica's name in her mouth and the jump in searches. Before that, how many people who weren't around Charlie, who don't know much about Charlie, knew who this woman was by name? How many times did you see creators making videos about her, Brother Jay? How many? How many videos?
0.0.
Right? Okay. Beautiful. Same here. After the fact, we now have her becoming a subgenre of content.
Correct.
So if it wasn't for then Scamdest, now Damnedest, I believe that most of these people would not be talking about Erica to begin with. What does this say?
No, I'm reading it. It was harder to read it from my screen. I'm just shout out to A Biblical Worldview. Candace's attacks have worked in in that there is a lot of negativity out there about Erica. I want to come back to that, but it has not worked in that she has not gotten everyone to turn on Erica. I think that's what she wanted. Okay. That's Biblical Worldview. You might have to just hop on, because that's exactly what I was going to say. And I'll explain why. But I didn't want to derail it. I was actually pulling up so I could read it. Sorry.
Okay. I'm glad this came up, because again, the point I was getting to is this. It worked as far as her becoming the target.
Facts.
Because that's what happened, right? Again, there's a subculture of content that is now just Erica Kirk. If you go on X right now, you will see meme culture. You will see video creators who are fixated on this. Yesterday, I saw, what's his name? JP something, failed comedian turned failed comedian, dude with the red hair. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
and he's wearing the black outfit with that guy wearing the black hat and doing the eyes. Like, it's just become a thing now. And again, outside of Candace, this would not have existed.
It never would have existed. I agree.
So then to bring it back to Biblical Worldview, if you could bring that point, because again, it's a great point as far as, I mean, that is no weapon formed against. That's what that is. that's a hand, God's hand. Yeah. So we can get into that one.
No, I love it. So I want to take this and I want to go back to the day before her crash out video on X. I don't know. At this point, maybe I should just play it. But the day before, there was a massive, insane drumbeat to Tinashe Peters of people saying that Erica Kirk should step down. All this weekend, all Monday, and on Tuesday, I actually sat down with Erica Kirk's best friend, Tracy Martin. And Tracy really explained that's not going to happen. And I talked about the fact that this is interesting that people are asking Erica to step down, but they themselves are not asking, can they step in or step up? and said, we just don't want T. Peters there. Well, who's going to take his place? Oh, we don't know. We just don't want him there.
Right.
Like, that's insane. And I really believe, and I hate to say it, I do think there was some kind of memo sent out, because Jason Whitlock and PBD's commentary on it were almost verbatim same. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Interesting.
One is in Fort Lauderdale, one is in Nashville, and what you're saying sounds exactly eerily the same. But I digress. I do think they expected more pressure from the White House Correspondents' Dinner and the I just want to go home comment, and for people to push her to a place of leaving, considering leaving, or getting out of the role of CEO at Turning Point. And it didn't work. And I think more people stood up and said, nah, y'all out of pocket. No, you out of line, Jason Whitlock. You out of line, PBD. You out of line to these other people. And I think the shaky cam video that Candace put out was really trying to get her arms back around these people, because the horses are out of the barn. They're leaving the field. They're like, we're not messing with this anymore. We're not agreeing with what you're saying. Sure, we might say something is off about Erica, which, by the way, nobody's ever been able to explain what the off is, but I digress.
Correct.
But they're not in a compliance with her assessment. I think that's where she's starting to lose grip. I think we're going to see it's going to get worse next week, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
go ahead.
No, I want to see, because that last part right there, getting everyone to turn on Erica, I think that's what she wanted to do. Well, if it was up to her and we can just have a candid conversation, she would have Erica dead. This woman is a psychopath.
No.
I know folks don't want to hear that in some cases. No, it's just about money. It's just a grift. It's much deeper than that. This is a spiritual matter.
Yeah.
You're literally dealing with the devil.
Yeah, she would unequivocally. There's no way around that. If something had happened to Erica at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, do you think she would actually be sad? Shut up.
Absolutely not. She'll be milking that one as well. So even what she has been calling for, again, what is the insinuation? Why would you have, look, there was a specific video that should have far more airtime than it does. And you've likely covered this, maybe even extensively, but I haven't seen this around enough. It is a video of when she was still Scamdis, talking about how one of her supporters had seen Erica in her building, or where Charlie lives. And long story short, this is stalking behavior. And to connect to that, somebody in her own cult had gone out to a property that was being built, was in there filming scaffolding, talking about how this is Erica's new home being built, etc.
Yep.
So tell me, how many crazy people does it take to kill somebody?
I hate to say ask Charlie Kirk, but it only takes one.
Correct.
Let
me
me also,
if I had, please go ahead.
No, I just think it's funny because I want to build off of that. Me and Tracy talked about that situation right there about the mansion. And Candace is so duplicitous. Candace is so double-tongued. She told Tracy, Erica's getting a mansion built, blah, blah, blah. That same story that you told, she told that to Tracy. Tracy said, no, they don't. They live in an apartment, blah, 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 blah. And in the next breath, the woman said, oh, yeah, I got the floor plans of the apartment, and I know what size it is and the square footage and the room breakdowns. So she already knew that the story about the mansion was a lie. Y'all can play with Candace if you want to. Let me big screen myself so I make sure I don't want you to get in trouble for this one. Y'all can play with Candace if you want to. She's a demon. My name is Jason, jwitt@jwitt.com. She is demonic. That's it. End of story. Catch me outside if you got any problems. Y'all can keep playing with her. If you feel free, go ahead. Let your conscience do whatever it feels, whatever you want to do with it. I'm not messing with her. I'm going to tell you right now, the woman is wrong. She's evil. She's vile.
Yeah.
That's it.
Amen.
Yeah, like that's just some crazy work, man. So, and I don't think enough people, I hate to say it, there's so much information out there that this woman has said. We've forgotten about stuff. We have probably forgotten a ton of stuff because most people have forgotten about the Macron case in totality.
That's right.
Right,
That's
y'all
right.
forgot about Macrons, but when the Macrons come back, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember." The woman is messed up, man. The woman is messed up,
And
man.
like you
In
said,
4K.
it's all gonna come crashing down all together because God will not be mocked. Look, this is the thing, right? Some folks, they use God as a prop, and we see it in the space all the time. And this brother right here really believes in this God.
Absolutely.
These people are playing with God.
Absolutely.
So, when folks see the crash out and the way that it ensues, you're flabbergasted. We'll be sitting back like this. Of course.
I told you. Let me give you another perfect example. The best live chat on the internet right here. My mods do a good job of moderating and making sure that the chat stays at least in some monicum of inside of the lines, right? You don't see anybody in here acting a fool. Now, there have been people here who disagree with me. There have been people here who disagree with Turning Point and disagree with Erica, so on and so forth. But it never reaches the point of profanity. It never reaches the point of all capital letters or anything like that. You know why? And I hold this very, very dear. It's my responsibility to make sure that this live chat stays a nice, cool, calm, collected place where we can disagree and have a good time. I've been in T. Peter's chat. The exact same thing exists there. You can disagree. You don't have to be lockstep with T. Peter. You don't have to be lockstep with Jay Witt. You can say, hey, I disagree with the beards. Okay. I pray God heals you. I pray God delivers you from that. From the cold chin.
That's right.
Right. Come around from the cold chin. But you got my point. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to try to go to Candace's chat and try to disagree with Candace.
Ooh.
And then read it.
Ooh.
And now the reason I bring that up is simply this. It is imperative to the content creator, if he or she wants their chat to be the best live chat on the internet, which, by the way, it can't be because this is the best live chat on the internet, but the second best, all right? The kind of sort of really nice live chat on the internet. You must make sure that your live chat is in line with your beliefs. So now my next question is, why is it that Candace's live chat is always so venomous? Go to her comment section. Why is it so non-Christian? Why is it so non-regenerate? Why is it so evil? Do you have a reason why that might be?
Yes, because she is mass producing Candace. That's why.
That's it.
She's doing the.
I'm not saying everybody in this. Right. I'm not saying everybody here in this live chat has a great chin crown like you and myself. I'm not saying that. Some of y'all might wear your do-rags. Some of y'all might be wearing bonnets right now for all I know. But bonnets.
Somebody said, I'm going to say bonnet bots. Bonnets.
Bonnet
That's
bots
what that is.
Crazy. Bonnet, please put bonnet bots in the chat. Oh, I got to put bonnet bots in the chat. Because I do believe they're bonnet bots. Oh, that's hilarious.
Bonnet bots.
Bonnet bots is crazy.
Why are they so quick over here? Yeah.
And if you find a way to use the word gauche while saying bonnet bots, extra credit.
Star on the forehead. Bam.
Right on the forehead. Gold star. Oh, we used to do bonnet. Oh, they used to love. They used to love the little sticker on the forehead, man. They used to love that. Bam. Bam. Oh, we used to do. Oh my goodness. Man, you make me want to go back to teaching.
I know.
We done went all the way back. But
when life was simple.
But I'll change my mind before I hit the doorknob over here.
Somebody said
you got me want to go back to
talking about bonnet bots. Ain't no
bonnet bots is crazy.
See, they're out of control here. They're out of control.
I gotta think what it'll look like. All right, Sister Scripture, send me some ideas. Maybe so. You know that's what happened the last time you was here.
That's why. Look what y'all got me in.
I text my daughter. I'm like, hey, and she didn't even answer. I'm like, come down here and bring me that shirt. Man, my kids is crazy, man. So no, I bring that up, and I say that with all sincerity. It is on the content creator to create the environment in the best live chat or the most electrifying comment section that other people can come. Like, you can come and disagree with me.
Absolutely.
Now just be sensible though. Be sensible. Don't come in here talking crazy, because then I'm gonna put you in the pin of shame. But be sensible, and we like disagreement, and that's where I'm going with that. Is you won't do that at Candace's, because Candace isn't she's not regenerate. That's why, this is why when she was saying Christ is king, this is why real Christians bristled at that. Not because they thought it was anti-Jewish, not because they thought it was anti-Semitic. We knew that it wasn't coming from a place of genuine concern and care.
Well,
we knew it wasn't coming from a heart that was the revelation. Go ahead.
I do want to give a little insight on the Christ is king. She never specifies which Christ.
Well, there's
she might
that
be
too.
talking about the Antichrist. And in that respect, that is her king. The way that she has been acting and the way in which that her audience and, you know, her cult and sycophants show up, that is Antichrist behavior. So technically speaking, if we're going to use the title of Christ, the one who is the antithesis of Christ, the Antichrist, is definitely their king. I can go with that one.
Then good point. So that, but see,
I can go with that.
So long story short, we needed some more clarification when she said Christ is king.
That's it.
Now watch
That's all
this.
it is. They just missed a word.
There you go. When TP, because I've been following your trajectory for a minute, and I've never told you this. So I remember when you was Aqua's Wave and such like that, and I remember sending one of your clips to another content creator and say, man, keep an eye on this guy. Keep an eye on him. Because and we were like, okay, we like what he's saying, but our approach has always been as following. Let's just stop and wait. What is wait? What is wait? We're not in a hurry. We're gonna sit and wait. And then I don't remember when, and I might have to go back and find the conversation I had with this content creator and share with you. But I remember I was like, I can't find his, what is it wavy aqua wavy Manny? What was it? I couldn't find it. And I was like, somehow or another, by God's grace, because I was just messing around. Like, I had no idea. Like, what was his name? I remember I had subscribed, and I'm looking through. I'm like, I think this is him, but this is Tinashe Peter. Like, what is he transitioning?
Taquanda.
Did he transition on you, boy?
You about to get yourself in a situation, right? You about to have half a country going off on you.
No, don't do it to me.
Zimbabwe has entered the chat.
No, don't do it to me, Zimbabweans. Don't do it to me. Don't do it. Look, come on. I'm a dumb Yankee. Blame it on the dumb Yankees. But then I was like, oh, okay. So that what I saw, the transitioning and the moving away from the more what do you want to call it? Say new age. There we go. The more new age. Like, okay, maybe something really was happening, because I didn't know what the name meant. The initial name meant. I'm like, maybe that was part of his more new age content. Maybe I was like this, and I think one video you said like, this is your real name. I'm like, okay, you going by his real official name? I was like, okay. So needless to say, what I'm saying is, watching somebody over time, because a lot of people got in their feelings when Kanye West came out, and I said, y'all, if Kanye West is legit today, he'll be legit in 25 days. He'll be legit in 5 years. I'm not in a rush to baptize and give him the right hand of fellowship. I'm like, just let him. When he shows up, and didn't even take a year, and I'm like, see, I told y'all. So shout out to you.
We're so quick to attach and to do the whole song and dance, huh?
Woo! I mean, running.
We got one.
Running.
We got one. By the way, somebody said Zimbots.
I saw Zimbots' crazy work.
You got 2 stars on the forehead like this. Boom and
2
boom, Cully.
Double Zimbots. It's crazy.
Y'all crazy over here. See, this is why I come over here for the cookouts. This is the reason.
This show never disappoints, man. Zimbots is crazy. So I don't even remember where we were going. I forgot where we're going. Let me put my notes back.
No, you were in a beautiful place, which is, again, it's, you were unbeknownst to me, and that warms my heart, you were watching, and you could something in you knew that some. It's like y'all knew and I didn't. That's always the funniest part to me. There have been a few and far between people been like, I was praying for you. I saw something happen. I saw something shifting. I had no idea. I'm clueless. I'm showing up every day and, this is what's in front of me to do. And then, you go through an existential experience and it's like, okay,
Right.
Oh, was this always the trajectory? Was this always what this was a setup for? I thought I just had a political awakening and I was out here telling the truth politically, etc. I didn't know it was about to get to the ultimate why.
Right. There we go.
So, yeah, I mean, again, when I look at somebody like Scamdis, it's almost in reverse. And, I believe that, look, God's intention is for all to be saved, right? That's his desire. But does that mean that everybody is going to?
It's going to be a negative.
So
go ahead,
please. But no, I want to bring this in context of Candace, but go ahead and say what you need to say. Maybe it ties directly in line.
I was going to ask because I had a question about. There's people who say, "Well, Candace speaks the truth." Candace says, Candace brings the truth, and I'm like, no, she doesn't. But let's just play the game. Let's just say, is there anything that you've heard her say that you're like, yeah, that's actually true? Like, is there anything particular?
Not in the last 2.5 to 3 years.
Okay.
When I was watching her back in 2017, 18, 19, there were a multitude of things that I agreed with politically. Now, I didn't know the woman's theology or anything of that nature, and I wasn't interested, to be honest, at the time, right? So when I look at the context of time past, I could absolutely listen to Candace Owens politically. And, she's speaking up about what was going on, with 2020, and we're being bamboozled into being locked up in our houses. And I could listen to her about the George Floyd and BLM scam. I could listen to her all day about that because there was reality in there. So,
Thanks.
Fast forward, and if I have to look at her now, what truth does she speak? The basis is a lie. The search is not for truth. The search is not for truth. There was a statement that Jeremy Boring made, and also I forget her name, something straight over at PragerU. They were having a discussion for the first time about working with Scamdis. And they said that they had both heard her say this exact line. She said she wants to be the most famous person in the world. That's number one, right? And number two is that how she creates or forms her opinions is based upon what the people are saying.
Yep.
That is terrifying to me.
No, I agree with you 100%. And the fact that nobody pushes back on that's going to have to be studied by science. That's going to have to be studied. Like, why is that not a concern of yours? Because again, you're supposed to be pursuing truth.
That's right.
She's abandoned any semblance of pursuing truth, especially in the last couple of weeks since Laura Loomer's been on her bumper. She is now completely given up. Charlie, God bless you. God keep you. Erica, hold it down. Rhythm Nation. But it's a wrap. It's a wrap. She's worrying about herself, but she's been worried about herself from the beginning.
Self-preservation. Absolutely.
Yeah. Marissa Straight. Okay. I'll look her up.
Okay.
But I think you're right on the button. And people say, they come to me and say, well, Candace speaks truth. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. I do believe that if you went downtown to your local bus station and found a crack addict, they would tell you something that's true. Like, is today Thursday? They might tell you today's true. That's Thursday. Would you allow this person to hold your debit card? Would you allow this person to hold your keys and go pick your kid up from school? No. So just because somebody tells you something that is true, you do look at the whole, or dare I say, the entire person before you make those kind of decisions. Is that fair? That's why I don't understand DoorDash. I'll be honest with you. Let me take a little side note. I do not understand DoorDash. Number one, they upcharge the vendor. They upcharge you. for the service that you're getting. Have you ever sat at Starbucks? Have you ever sat at McDonald's or sat at a place and looked at the people that come to get the food? I'm like, yo, there's no way I would never have taken this food from this person. If I was in the restaurant, this person walked up to me and handed me a plate of food, I wouldn't have eaten this. Why are y'all? This is crazy. DoorDash makes no sense to me. None of that makes sense. And it's a horrible waste of time. And let me. I'm here to get in trouble today.
You said, would you grab this food from somebody you saw looking like that in the middle of?
I wish I had a tray. I wish I had a tray in my office. If I walked up to you with this food, looking like some of these DoorDash people be looking, you wouldn't eat that food. What are we doing? But this is something else. I want to go back to that conversation we had in the beginning about education.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
DoorDash is the byproduct of not teaching fiscal responsibility to children. The fact that I'm sorry, we have new problems financially that you and I, or definitely those people who are born in the 80s, had no clue about. Like Afterpay, what's the thing
Klarna?
Is Klarna? Is that what it's called? Klarna, whatever.
Yep.
All that stuff.
You're gonna pay off
you can just like
$13 burrito in 3 payments. That's what you're talking about.
That's my point. Like that would never have worked when I was 18 years old. That would never have happened. But these 18-year-olds, because we have not taught them, and I hold myself responsible as well, we've not taught them how to handle money. They do this. Now, by God's grace, thankfully, President Firstborn is not done. I mean, she does be DoorDash and stuff, but everybody in the dorm be DoorDash. And I'm like, how do y'all have food credits and this food plan, this meal plan that I paid for you to eat at the school? And this school has really good food. I'm not gonna lie. Their food is really top tier. This is not, cafeteria slop. I'm like, why isn't it you always, Dad, can I DoorDash something from Popeyes? Got DoorDash from here? No. Go to they have like a food court. It's not even a cafeteria. It's a food court with like a steakhouse, my guy. Like, I mean, a steakhouse. Yeah, me and my wife went to eat. People go there on dates. People come to Duke to go to their restaurants on dates.
Brother, give me the card. I'll come with the family.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'll take on the last
I'm
name. I'm not using it anyway.
Like, what are we doing?
Wow.
I'm like, so anyway, I have not watched them. Thank you, Sister Scripture. Remind me. I've seen them, but I don't know if there's one particular you want me to see. But I know what you're talking about, but send me if there's one particular. And so I don't know how I went on this DoorDash rant, but my goodness, in the morning, that whole ecosystem needs to fall apart. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmate, all of that. I want that all to collapse because there's so many problems with it. If people went in 20 years, we're going to sit back and be like, how in the world did we allow ourselves to do this?
Hey, but you bring up something that makes me go on a rabbit trail, which is the wrong people are using it. The wrong people are so it's supposed to be the person.
I don't think there's any right people.
So busy making so much money. No, it should be somebody making so much money who's so busy running Amazon and JetBlue and that person right there needs a door. They need somebody to deliver their food. It's like you need to go walk to the store because you ain't walked in about 6 or 7 weeks. A good walk. Go ahead and get you some exercise. Go outside for a little bit. Walk it in, walk it out. So yeah. But you got me on the people's hands all up on you, and yeah, that's a situation in and of itself. Maybe I'm in denial because I never want to think about what may be going on with that food in that in between journey. That might be what's going on with me. But you have pointed out something that I can't unsee. You're right. So I allow this person to hand me that food in public. That's crazy.
So I just went and did a quick search, and I asked ChatGPT, what's the average DoorDash order amount in my area? So it was not able to give me the average for my area, but it said the national average. Are you ready? The national DoorDash average.
Go ahead. Lay it on.
Put it in the chat. What do you think the national DoorDash average is? Put it in the chat. I want to see if y'all are even in the ballpark.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my figure.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
gonna
put it in the chat, man.
I'm gonna say yearly.
No. Just the order. So this is like every time a DoorDash order.
Average order. Okay. Oh,
right. Average order.
30 piece. 30.
Okay. You're saying 30?
30.
Ooh.
Okay. 5. Okay. See, somebody said 1 million. You're crazy.
You're wild. You're
Wait,
wild.
Sister Scripture, are you ordering for the village?
She ordered for the nation.
The chitlins, you are feeding the nations. Yeah, they got 50. Yeah, I put my little 40 in there. Okay, 50. Yeesh, 50 is tough.
10.
Okay, the movies
man,
is like
that's the
150
tip.
nowadays.
That's the upcharge. What are you talking about?
Yikes. Somebody said
Okay,
110.
so
Hey.
okay, according to Splitty, I don't know what Splitty is. I guess it's an app that keeps track of DoorDash fees and such like that. The average is $37 to $38 nationwide.
Okay.
So that means there's some that are well above 100. As somebody said right here, 100 at least. That means there's some that are well above 100.
Yeah.
That means there's some considerably less. But think about how much you're probably upcharging your latte. When you order a latte from Starbucks or Dunkin', and they tax you with $3, $4, $5 extra on top of that. So now that $9 drink is now $13. Yeah. And I just said that with a straight face. A $13 drink. And it don't come with a little spicy, any kind of little spicy ornamentation and a little umbrella on top of it. That's crazy.
You don't even get a credit points. You ain't even got points. You just got a $15 latte. That's all you got.
A $15 latte.
Wow.
DoorDash and all them things have never made sense to me. I have a neighbor in my community. They get it literally twice, sometimes 3 times a day. If we were doing this stream, because I've sat in my drive during the pandemic, we used to sit like in the driveway and do our homework or sit in the garage and just get some, because we're like, we gotta get outside. It's going crazy. And we're literally like all day, they get it. And it's crazy work, man. I don't know how we got here though.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it either. Like,
yeah. You said they gotta pay for gas.
Right. To me, for all those services, I'll be honest with you. My wife has got me on Uber because she's just like, it's easier when she has to go out of town or whatnot, or we're out of town. It is easy. I'm not gonna lie. It is easy. But really, all they're doing is transferring the depreciation of their vehicle to the drivers and to the riders. That's it. That's all they're doing. They're taking this $60,000 vehicle, running the wheels off of it, and they're making the payments on it still, and they're just getting a depreciated amount for it. That's all. I don't know.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet on Uber. I lived off Uber for a little bit, so I'm gonna be quiet for a second. That's why.
Wait. Were you a driver or?
Oh no, on the other side. So yeah.
Okay.
So traveling abroad, not being able to drive in other countries instead of riding. Yeah. I can understand that. What they say, don't ever let your son order. Oh, okay. I got a story for you. I have to bring this one up. Oh my gosh. Because I work, it was DoorDash. I worked DoorDash 6 years when I was like 19, 20 years old. I worked for like 6 months, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to admit this right now, that you might be the first one to hear this. I transitioned from, let's say, distributing another substance that was not food, and then leaving that life behind. And then I said, okay, well, so I'm just going to put this out there just so you have an understanding.
Hold on, I got to have my sound effects ready, man. Hold on. You know what, man?
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
We don't look, man. I need to add.
You have that. Why does he have this?
Wait, why do I have? I got bruh. Crazy sound effects.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Well, I'm glad that you stopped doing that, CP, because you know what I didn't want?
Yes, sir.
I didn't want.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
I didn't want that to be the case, brother. Because when you call me, and you say, Jay Witt, can you bail me out? You know what I'm gonna say to you?
I have nothing, nothing, nothing.
I can do this all day, man. I can do this all day
right now.
It's an evil world we live in.
I can do this all day, man.
Oh, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I can do this all day.
Hey, yo.
Oh gosh.
Chat, y'all, man, y'all mans is on something here. That's wild.
I gotta
That's
keep, man.
wild.
We gotta
I
keep
have
this.
been-
Oh man. Oh,
you will
God.
not be getting that call. I do not need Whitney.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I have been redeemed. I have
Yes,
been redeemed.
yes. Come on.
Oh.
Oh,
So yes, I
okay.
was making the transition out of a former life. And so I needed to be able to make money in a more legitimate way. I had a car that I was using. And so I said, you know what? Delivery to delivery. All right. So I picked up a little DoorDash situation, and there was a order I got. Now I had gone from, I was in the Bay Area at the time, just to give a little context. San Jose,
Really? Okay.
which is a
Okay.
relatively wealthy place. Yeah, I grew up in the Bay Area. So I get an order from McDonald's. So I'm thinking, I don't ordered across the street from people's houses. I'd have been in crazy situations. This one was a McDonald's order that I needed to drop 40 minutes away from location. 40 minutes. Somebody ordered a double cheeseburger and fries 40 minutes away. So I had to give you the location for a reason. So I'm going from San Jose. Folks in the Bay will know, all the way into a place called Palo Alto, right? Wow. All the way out the way. Palo Alto is oh yes, it's right. It's more Zuckerberg, blah, blah, blah. Like it's, you know, it's a wealthy area. So I pull up to a massive house. Now, if you want to live in a trash bag in Palo Alto, it's going to run you about $500,000. So whoever's living in this situation in Palo Alto should not be ordering no daggone. Now this ain't what you're supposed to be on, but okay. So I'm sending the message through the app. I'm here, boom, boom, boom. I'm here, no response. I call and I hear low man's. Oh, okay, I'm coming out. So I'm like, what is it? Okay. Gate opens on the side. I see a little boy no older than 11 years old. Little white boy runs out, comes to me like this. He's looking around. He says, okay. Takes the bag, runs up in the house. And I'm like, did this little boy take his mother's credit card and order from McDonald's 40 minutes away? Now, it was one of the best tips I got.
Okay.
Well, there we go. Joke. So I wasn't tripping off that, but he had to pay the difference. So mama paid how much? That would have been back in the day when you could still get the little cheeseburger, probably a couple of dollars, little fry, couple of dollars, then pay $40 for that meal. Wow. And so yeah, there's some whoever it was that brought up the credit card situation. Don't ever give your kids. No,
so because I wanted to say that maybe somebody worked in that area, and the app was like set for that McDonald's that's near their office, but it really should have been the McDonald's near their house. Maybe my wife has done that. My wife has ordered for her office and blessed them with lunch one time, and then I get this phone call. Say, Jason, I mistakenly ordered it to the Chipotle near the house. Y'all enjoy your lunch. And she ordered it, and it was over here because she forgot to change the location.
Okay.
For whatever reason, so mistakenly ordered.
Well, somebody got blessed.
Yeah, well, I took it over to my mom. I said, Mom, your daughter-in-law wants to stay on your good side, so here's lunch. She's like, say less, absolutely. But now that's some crazy work, man. So I have no idea where we are at this point. I'm about to just pull up the body cam and watch the body cam footage of that 911 operator. I'm like, I've totally lost. I forgot where we were with our notes about Candace. I totally forgot, but it is what it is. So
We
I
were
don't
in
think
the
it's-
audience. We were talking about why are they like this? Why are you like this? We were talking about why the chat has not matured
right.
past instant out
Wow.
stage. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, because they sound like third grade boys in the restroom.
That's right.
They're allowed to cuss in the restroom. That's what they did. What? Oh, shout out to the super. What is this? I did that with my Walmart order. Oh, you ordered in the wrong place? See, that's another reason why I don't like those, because I'm worried that I would do that. We have done that with now. I'm trying to wonder, am I being a hypocrite? We do order, like if we order Starbucks, if my kids are good and I order them Starbucks on the way to school, we have a Starbucks that we go to. That's our Starbucks. But by the school, there's a different one. So they have accidentally ordered at our Starbucks, but they were supposed to order by the school. So that has happened. But it's nothing like, door dashing it, which is crazy.
Why? Because you trust those hands? Are they wearing gloves?
I trust my Starbucks people. I do trust them. If I order that, I trust them.
That's what it is. Okay. You got a personal relationship. Okay.
Well,
could justify
the joke is I actually have my baristas' phone numbers. Like I actually my Starbucks baristas, I actually have their phone numbers. Like we talk. We like, yeah.
Oh, you're really bad about it. You are
right.
You're a real coffee connoisseur.
Right. They shout me out for my daughter's birthdays and stuff like that. And, they came to Big Girl's graduation party. Wait, your Starbucks representatives don't do that? You don't have your people's numbers like that?
Customer service. Who? Wait a minute. Right. Okay. This might be a little sell on the area. I do like a little bit of hospitality. You're trying to sell me on the South. So, okay.
Is that what that's right. That's right. I am trying to sell you on the South. That's right. Yep. I need to go remote so we can go around and look at some houses in the community.
Wow.
Like, hey, look, there's a house for sale.
Hospitality sells. If prices won't, hospitality will.
There we go. Amethyst said this. Thank you with the 5. But the parents of Gen A and B can't read. Everybody needs a tutor. I agree.
Ooh.
I agree 100%. But I also think to go back, and if you're wondering why she said this is part of our conversation we had in the beginning about the young man in Philadelphia who kind of outed the fact that his classmates in high school can't read. And part of the problem, I think, also is there's no desire to want to read. Like if you saw yourself as like, man, I need to know how to read, I'll go get a tutor. But if you don't care, you're not desirous to know how to read, then guess what? You're going to be sitting right here looking like that. Thank you, Summer. Blessing 5 people with memberships. Did you get a membership from Summer? We down here in the South, we like to say thank you. So make sure you put your name on and say thank you, Summer. Appreciate you. Thank you for blessing them. And then, of course, so what happens if you do that? I wonder what happens if that happens. I'm sorry. You're never going to convince me that the grocery workers do a better job of getting my groceries than me. I just can't. And I see them in there in the Kroger, going around and they'll get all your groceries and you come and pop your trunk and it'll just come and put in your trunk. I need to see my food. I need to see it. I just got to. I'm just not that guy.
They didn't replace the cheese. They done got you a different kind of cheese. They got you a different kind of that you wanted the gorgonzola. They done got you the mozzarella.
Hey,
sorry, brother.
It wasn't in there.
Brother? You didn't look. I might
are you picking on me, bro?
I might know some flavor profiles. It's a flavor thing. It's a flavor thing.
This dude said a flavor profile. What is wrong with you, man? Your Starbucks reps don't
do that. Well, you just left us with that one.
Right. Like, I think it's funny. Like my brother used to crack jokes about. He's like, dude, how is it that you know all these people? Because I'll be on the phone with them while I'm going through pick up my order or whatever. And like, why don't you like to know people? Like, I want to know the people. If we're gonna have this type of intimate relationship where you are fueling my work or fueling my life in that regard, I'm gonna know you. I need to know your last name. Absolutely. I want to know these things about you. And now, if we just gonna hit it and quit it, then we don't have to worry about it. But if we're gonna have a long-term relationship, I need to know a little bit more about you.
I never thought about my barista being, business partner. That's good.
Well, I mean, Well, I mean, this podcast brought to you by.
Yeah,
like
we're in a working
like a-
relationship. Come on
We're in
now.
a working relationship.
You're the one who comes in with your own cup.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. You're definitely, you're part of family over there. You're definitely family.
No,
Mhm. They fill you up to the top.
and then you order something that's too small, but they'll accidentally fill it all the way up. Come on. I might have. Wait, did I say that out loud? Darn it! I don't think they watch my podcast.
They might be in the chat. No. Somebody's in the
All right,
chat.
right.
They might not be.
I don't think
but
my
they in the
I don't think my
chat.
barista's in the chat. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe
Weird.
somewhere. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
All
She's
right.
looking at you side.
Yes, she is. Like, wait, is that why you be ordering that wrong, Jason? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right. So we were talking about Candace, and we were talking about look into the future, TP.
Mhm.
Look
Yes,
into the
sir.
future. How long is this thing gonna go on for her?
My prediction. Okay, so there's
You can
a
do
go
prediction
on-
and your prayer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my prayer is that it stops today.
Facts.
And honestly,
Amen.
it's for her case as much as anybody else. Like, repent, turn from your wicked ways, and come to know the true
No
living
question.
God. Like that is my ultimate. However, the way in which it looks like it's going, so she's gonna have one or two things that I believe happens. There's gonna be the Alex Jonesing of Candace.
Correct. Yes,
right?
yes.
Which is you get everything snatched away from you, and now for the rest of your life, you are paying off a debt that you cannot afford. Like all these lawsuits, et cetera, that are coming in. Just the Macron case by itself is a hefty case. It's a
Facts.
serious case, right? She even came. It's going to be a few million just to run the case through, let alone what she'll have to then
lose
pay
it,
out at the
pay
end.
for it, right?
Correct. So as far as financially, it will be disastrous in that way. So best case scenario is that happens. Now, this may sound outlandish to some folks out there, but I actually believe that there's far more nefarious and darker things going on with this woman that folks may not
Sure.
actually consider or believe. And so I can see this going the way of treason, the way of darker things. Again, I'm not going to express it here. If you want to have a personal conversation with me, you can gladly do so, right? You can
Okay,
go ahead,
okay.
tap in with my personal email, etc. But for example, Tucker right now, he threw out this sort of story of him being investigated by CIA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how they're looking into him for basically treason.
Correct.
So for some folks who haven't been catching up with the story, there's this interlink of Joe Kent, Candace, Tucker, and there's this incestuous thing that has been going on there, right? And it's serious stuff. It's dealing with high treason at a federal level of them giving information to our actual adversaries in time of war,
Mm-hmm.
which that's a
I remember that
different kind of criminal.
Yeah.
That's right. So these cases per se, these things are still in the works, and there's some folks that I've had the privilege to talk to behind the scenes, and yeah, there are serious investigations taking place all the way around. Because I'm impatient. I think in terms of why not deal with it now, but then you look at the feds, and it's like, how do the feds deal with anybody? If it's the mafia, if it's different rings or whatever it is, they have to put together a solid case that they know that they can nail this individual.
Got it.
They were looking at Diddy, like, when are they going to come get Diddy? And it was decades. If you talk to some folks,
Right.
Many years
Too
for
long,
others,
right.
R. Kelly, etc. So with her, best case scenario is that she turned her life around. Worst case scenario, worst for her soul, best for her carnal life in the temporary, is that she just gets a couple of these lawsuits and loses a couple $1 million. Worst case scenario, and I'll come back to the timeline, is that this really comes crashing and burning down in what I know is going to start to happen with Tucker, because there's serious stuff going on, some Benedict Arnold type stuff going on there.
Facts. Okay, so give me a timeline. I like that. Thank you.
In the next 6 months, so I give it to the top of the year, you're going to see serious. Yeah, I believe that we're going to see serious litigation taking place, which is she is now in and out of courtrooms dealing with this. And again, I know some folks think it's crazy, but you can look at your Andrew Tates and all the rest of these jokers. You can look at a Russell Brand. He's now dealing with this thing in court in real time again. So it's not a crazy situation. Again, Alex Jones, that defamation suit. He owes $1.5 billion after losing that
Crazy.
case.
Yeah.
His company just got snatched from him. He no longer owns InfoWars. It's gone. All IP gone. Nothing belongs to him anymore. I don't even know if his name belongs to him. I don't know if he could use the Alex Jones show. All assets
That's a great
gone.
question. I don't know.
Yeah. So again, I just want to frame it to say it's not an insane thing for this to happen. These things happen. And she keeps playing this game. It is bound to happen because she's already in that. We've already seen new little cases coming up. Somebody actually, filing another suit for defamation. So usually in these things, people get encouraged, they get inspired. Some people come out the woodworks because they feel, okay, somebody else did it first. Unfortunately, it takes that sometimes, but yeah, I feel like we're already, sort of off and running. And now, with enemies like Laura, I think the whole thing unravels. I don't think there's any going back.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I do think that is God's patience that she's still allowed to be on platform and has not hit rock bottom yet. To me, that's only an indicator of just God's patience. Her Nebuchadnezzar moment is coming if it's not already. Is this not the Babylon that I've built? And she will be out there eating grass and her hair will be growing and nails will be growing real soon.
That's right.
Trust and believe.
Correct.
But even more than that, I think as much as people don't want, because the Cantifa is going to say, oh, look, nothing is happening. Nothing is going on. To me, that's God's judgment. You want God to stop her now. As TP just said, that she repents in turn. You don't want her to close her eyes unrepentant. You want her to repent now. So if you cared about Candace, if you really want Candace to see Christ's face in peace, then you are like, you know what? What she's doing right now is detrimental to her repenting and turning to Christ. So I want you would agree with me and TP that you want to see her repent and be saved, because if she closes her eyes in the state that she's in right now, she is damned.
Correct.
So
correct.
The fact that you should want to see her collapse and burn and fall apart right here in real time.
Exactly.
You want to see that and say, you know what? In a temporary, because if she collapses and burns now and repents now and falls on the rock and is broken rather than the rock falling on her and grinds her to powder, it's too late. It's done. Once she closes her eyes, it's over. So no, I want her to fail. I want her to fail, and not so I can chest beat, not so I can, yuck it up. I'm going to make videos on it. I'm just going to be honest up front, but I'm not going to not do that because I've told you this. I'm telling you I'm going to do it, but it's not going to be like end zone dancing. I want her to fail. I want her to fall apart because I want her to repent and turn to Christ.
Yeah,
that's why. So, however it pans out, I just pray that she repents. So I don't think she's going to go much longer. I do think that we were watching. She's already turned on to Crash Out Avenue, and it is going to happen probably faster. Yeah, it's going to probably happen faster than we realize it. But I want the end of the Crash Out, the end result of the Crash Out, to be that she repents and turns to Christ and trusting faith.
Amen. Amen.
I'm looking at see some great conversation. What's going on, Edie in the building? Are you familiar with Edie Lowe?
Yes, I am. Shout out to Edie.
Shout out to Edie Lowe.
Hey,
in the building. Watch out now. You might get. I don't know. Have you gotten called out by Biker Babe 7000?
Who Edie?
You're looking like. I'm talking to you, TP. Have you been called out by? Yes.
What'd she say
You don't
to
even
you?
know who Biker. You don't know who Biker Babe is?
What'd she say to you?
Oh, hold on. Let me. First of all, let me pull up Biker Babe so you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
I might already be cooked.
Yeah, oh, you're in trouble, my man. So you've never seen Edie Lowe's alternative personality. So you never. Okay, let me pull this in. Shout out to Edie
what
Lowe.
did she say to? What did she say to you?
You're gonna see in a second. Hold on.
It's a little warmer than normal.
You know, you remember that day Candace came out there with that shirt with them big old what I don't know what it was. Somebody said what they said it was bat sleeves. What did they call it? Come on, help me out, y'all. Yeah.
Came out with these.
Yeah. I'm like, what in the world? Like, make it easy for us. Make it difficult for us to make fun of you, Candace. Don't make it this easy. What was it called? Somebody told me they were called bat sleeves or something. Hold on, let me find the picture. Hold on. So anyway, Edie is impersonating Candace.
And, trash bag sleeves is crazy.
Is crazy.
Trash bag sleeves is insane.
No, that wasn't what it was called. What is it called? Come on. Is it called bat sleeves?
That's the most accurate. That's the most accurate.
Right, that's probably the most accurate.
We're gonna get all day. Look like a lizard. It's crazy. Wow.
Hey, Shiloh.
Jurassic Park is crazy.
I know there were some Jews down the way. I know there were. The trailer was greener than.
Edie, why do you have on a curtain rod?
Is that the star thing? There was mail in here. Now it's gone. No, something ain't right.
So every now and then this character calls out content creators. And apparently you have not been blessed. So I'm already gonna put it out there.
I ain't got to see.
So be ready. Be ready.
I ain't been cooked yet.
Then,
Lord.
Edie, shout out to Edie. Yeah, be ready because it's coming. You've not seen it. Oh my gosh. Let me find one where she called me out. It's ridiculous. I'm like, why are you like this? Like, why are you like this? Oh, there it is. It's a wrap.
Oh, wait, hey.
You cooked, man. You cooked. You are cooked. You exist in the cookage. Oh, now he ran away. He done swiped right on us. He done swiped right. Why?
Nothing. See, this is you.
Should have said
did
no
this.
thing.
You let him do it. Oh, okay. You know what, Edie? You do what you have to do, ma'am. And
She
ma'am.
gonna do it. Oh man. Oh, it's a wrap.
Where's yours? We're not about to forget about that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, here's mine. Is this mine?
No. Yeah.
Oh Lord, hold
You're
on.
trying to skip over that like it's a lunch line. We're not about to do that. No.
Hello there. How are you? Are you talking today? Are you getting on? You want to come on? Oh, that's right. You gotta go pick up your sibling. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me put on extra cam. All right, go say hi real quick. Oh, wait, I didn't put you on. Hold on. Okay, there you go.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah, you look cute.
Goodbye.
I know where you go to school. Yes, I do know where you go to school. This child.
So she told me to ask you.
That girl right there. She tell her to DoorDash it. No, I'm just kidding.
DoorDashing Popeyes at 11 o'clock is my dream date.
Look at the camera right there and tell them what you just said.
DoorDashing Popeyes at 11 at night is my dream date.
See, everything. You got receipts for your life, Brother Jay. You have got.
I'm just mad because nobody bought me Popeyes. Okay.
Wow, you have got unsubstantiated. You have got receipts in real life.
Yeah, in real time.
Did you not just talk about the Popeyes and the DoorDash?
I know. Bruh, I was speaking from a place of was it a lived experience? This is my lived experience. My lived experience, my dude. That's my big girl. Yes, she'd be DoorDash at 11 o'clock.
Popeyes.
Go. Why do you eat Popeyes? Bye. That's my child. Okay, let me find. Is this the one, Edie, that you?
Successful.
Hold on. We are. Hold on. Let me pull this one in. We have gone off the rails. People are like, what are we doing today?
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is what we do.
You
but this
called
is
me
what
out
we
on
do.
one. This is what we do over here.
Successful. Fully off of the mother effing plantation. Truly, Ben Shapiro, you and the midget horse that you rode in on. And I say that on behalf of the world.
Wow. Hold on now.
Don't bring up that.
Wait.
No, ma'am. Shut up. Where's the
you gotta
one?
run that back.
Edie, where's the one where she calls me out? Where's Biker Babe calling me out? Edie, hold on, let me see it. She calls me out where her character. I'm sorry, not Edie, but Edie's character calls me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Edie.
Hilarious.
You can't put it on Edie. You can't put it on Edie. Yeah, that has nothing to do with her. That has nothing to do with her. Yeah, he said it's Biker Babe. He said so. It has nothing to do with it.
Biker Babe.
Oh, there it is.
7,000.
That's the link right there. She dropped it in the chat. Boom.
Oh, okay. There it is. Hold on, let me open it up. Got
up there, sir. Up there, sir.
I got you. I see it right there. Hold on a second, because I can't grab it out of the. I got to open up the chat on real quick and snag it out of there. Okay, it won't let me do it on my own. I mean, from StreamYard. You still use the StreamYard, right?
Oh, I made my transition. No, that is a transition I actually made.
Oh, okay. So your team StreamYard? Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. You sold me. It was you. That was a you thing. That was a you thing.
I am team StreamYard for sure. Okay, y'all, this is what I have to deal with on this side of the YouTube streets. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Biker Babe.
This message goes out to Jason Whittaker. What a fitting name. The Attacker. You can refer to me as Candyland Biker Babe 7000. You need to know my real identity. Just know that I speak on behalf of the Coalition of the Candies. Third Eye Blind, allergic to lying. And we are issuing another season. You and your teeny tiny friend have failed to adhere to our previous season. Rebellion. How it is snowing. It is snowing. Look at that. Look at this. Can you believe it? What is happening? Oh, hey, Ishmael. 33 degrees.
I can't believe it was 90 degrees earlier.
I know. Is that the star, David? It's hitting me.
Quit hanging out the window.
I'll hang out the window anytime I want. This is my window, too. Earlier today, thermostat said it was going to be 90 degrees outside.
Thermostat? Girl, you need to...
Oh, I sure do believe it is suspicious. Everybody making fun of Candace Owens, the truth-seeking, speaking angel. What do you have to say for yourself about the snow that is falling in the springtime? That ain't never happened before in the history of everything. And I find it funny. After Candace exposed the Messianic Bible I was given to her, right? I find it just a little bit funny that now it is 33 degrees and snowing. The Freemason Jews. Oh, they exist, honey. Harold, if you could not fill your cup with ice right now, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Bless you, honey. Are you okay?
Harold, why didn't you give me a tissue before I sneezed?
Sorry.
This ain't right. How is that possible? There's something going on. 33
The
degrees.
thermostat actually says it's 34 degrees, honey. It's right here on Alexa.
Harold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harold! This message goes out to Jason Whittaker.
Justice
Jason
for
Whittaker,
Harold.
you better chill. Sir Jason Whittaker.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Tinashe Peter. Justice for Harold. Harold is in trouble, man.
Thermostats?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we need an entire phonics by Scam This series. Can we get there, Biker Babe? We need for those who can't not read. We need a phonics.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we need a phonics by Candace series. That's what we need. Y'all need to go to the beginning of this video if you do not know the context. Oh, okay.
Wait, who is that guy? No, they okay. No, we got you. We got you. CLB Biker. What's this? What?
About to destroy TPs.
Oh no. Oh no. Sound it out. Yo, y'all are wild. This show has lost.
Y'all got
this show has
Zimbots
lost
are coming for everybody here. Zimbots.
Oh wait. The Zimbots is coming. Oh man. Free Harold, man. Justice for Harold. This is crazy work, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. We try to be serious over here, but it is clearly we have lost the plot.
No. Yeah. As per we are on Kimon time.
Well, there you go.
Oh, wait. Okay, we got a 10A sheet. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ma'am. She put a sheet in the back. She'd have made me a Muslim.
Oh.
Sheet.
This is not a Christian show.
Sheet.
It's not a Christian show. There we go.
Wow.
Right. Okay, there we go.
Wow. Okay, Roy.
Okay. All right, Roy. Rock on like Donkey Kong. I hope it, man. Well, tell me what else I could do to solidify that it's not a Christian show.
Well, you need to get yourself one of those Candace crosses. That's the first thing you would have to do.
Facts. And
That's
evidence.
the first thing you're gonna have to do. And then you have to pick up a cadence like this. You can go ahead and do that. She said she done what?
Oh wait, she already made you a Muslim, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay,
she gave me a sheet.
Okay, so all right, so this is not a Christian show. So therefore, you know what that means?
I don't know, but I know. Okay, I don't know, but I know. It makes sense.
It makes sense, man. It makes perfect sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It checks.
Yeah, I need Roy to explain. Roy, help me out here, Roy. Yeah,
Is
please
Roy gonna
understand,
come back?
Roy. I don't know. I would love for Roy to come back if Roy wants to. I mean, I'll drop the link. I got time today. Now that President Firstborn is picking up my baby for me, hey, I got time today. Wow, somebody actually came up. I don't know, but I know. Wow, Mira, are you for real?
That's
is
harder
hilarious.
than writing it out. That is
right. That's exactly right. I'm sure you've seen those memes where somebody like gives you a whole series of what we about to say.
No. I already know where you're going. They got the sentence written out and just
right. But they just give you the first letters. You're like, only black people will know what this means. I like that is hilarious, man. Oh man. All right, what do we, this is some great stuff, man. Yeah, I don't think Roy. I think Roy left me, man. Roy left me.
I think
Oh,
Roy,
man.
yeah. This is despicable. Yeah, it was a bit much for Roy.
He went. I had to save this, man. He went. What? Man, I'm sorry, Roy. I apologize, brother. Dog. I really hate that. I really hate that. I really wanted Roy to hang around and give us some insight and wisdom on that point. I was really hoping on that. All right. You know what, man? Okay, we're going to shift gears. We're going to get to something not as I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that video, that quick video. It's not quick, but I wanted y'all to see what happens when 911 operators don't want to do their jobs. And it's sad, man. And I just thought it would kind of make our point that we were making earlier about there being like real consequences to real decisions in life. So I'm gonna pull up this channel. It is called Body Cam Horror, and we're gonna do the 911 operator because it is crazy. But I think they do a really good job of giving the background of these people and where they came from. And I want to say, sadly, I want to say this young lady was in Texas. Let me pull this in for Do me a favor
Roy
if you
had
don't
to
mind.
report back to the canteen. Somebody said Roy had to report back to the cantifa. Ain't that?
Ain't that some stuff? Ain't that a bunch of? Ain't that some stuff right there? He had to go back. He was on his lunch break.
You about to go tell
Roy was on
mama.
his lunch break.
Ooh, I'ma tell mama.
All right. Do me a favor, please. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear. Let's go.
Miss Williams, step away from the console.
Excuse me, I'm working.
The logs say otherwise.
And
The system glitches. A mother tried calling 3 times. You hung up 3 times.
I just didn't feel like working.
Stand up right now.
I didn't feel like working that day. That was Crenshonda Latrice Williams.
I didn't feel like working, man. I just didn't feel like working. She said she did not feel like working, man. That's some crazy work.
Run the name back. Run the name back. Run the name back.
You so dumb, bro. I'm like, what are you? They gonna say it like 100 times in here.
Run
Yeah, I'm gonna run it.
name back. We need
Miss Williams, step away from the
excuse
console.
me, I'm working.
The logs say otherwise.
And
The system glitches. A mother tried calling 3 times. You hung up 3 times.
I just didn't feel like working.
Stand up right now.
I didn't feel like working that day. That was Crenshonda Latrice.
Yeah, her name was Crenshonda. Crenshaw.
Y'all can't read, but you can make up names like that. That's
Nobody said they weren't creative.
Williams, 23 years old, 18 months on the job as a 911 dispatcher for Harris County, Texas. And in that moment, sitting at her console on the 5th floor of the Emergency Communications Center on Travis Street in downtown Houston, she had just admitted to failing a family in the worst way imaginable. What investigators had uncovered in the weeks leading up to this confrontation was a pattern so callous, so indifferent to human suffering, that seasoned detectives struggled to process it. 47 emergency calls over 10 months, medical emergencies, domestic violence, car accidents on I-10 and the Katy Freeway, each one answered by Crenshonda Williams, each one disconnected within seconds. But it was the Williams calls, 3 desperate pleas from a mother trying to save her 4-month-old son, that would send this case to trial, to national news, and ultimately to a prison cell in Gatesville, Texas. 18 months in state prison. A $1.4 million settlement paid by Harris County taxpayers. And a mother who will never stop asking why her son never had a chance because someone couldn't be bothered to do her job. Before we continue, have you ever called 911 and wondered if someone was actually listening? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Crenshonda Latrice Williams.
You know, did you know this? Did you know that 911 is not the police?
No. That way, so there are a middleman.
Right. 911 is a whole separate entity. It's not the police.
Wow.
I was
no idea.
Right. I was recently days old when I found that out too, because I watched a lot of body cam. I always thought when you dial 911, you were calling like the police station.
Right.
No, you're literally calling the 911, and it's dumb because there's a 911 facility near my house. It's a separate building. It's not the police station. It's a 911. It's a separate building, but they're responsible for emergency and fire and police and all that kind of stuff like that. So they call the people, but they're not the police. Because I've heard, and again watching body cam, they're dispatch. Yeah, they are dispatch. That's what they are when the smoke clears. Because I've heard body cam, and the people think that the 911 operator supersedes the police officer. Like, no, they are the police. We're just dispatch. We're just 911. So you have to listen to you got to listen to the police, ma'am. I didn't know that until recently.
Okay. Okay. So there's no libel on the police. What you call it? On the precinct or anything like that. As far as what she does, it's the third party.
Right. What? Yeah. This
liability.
Is right. Right. It's still owned by the county or whatever like that. So if you live in Cook County 911 is the same. Is overseen by Cook County. just like Cook County Sheriffs and Cook County
Oh,
Fire.
who's getting
And,
sued? Like, who gets sued? Because if
um,
somebody died and it was because of
I want to
dispatch,
say it was the county. We'll find out at the end. I think it's the
wow,
county that gets sued,
huh?
but it's not like the police. It's not the police.
Was born in
Okay.
March 1999 in 3rd Ward, Houston.
99.
Her mother, Patricia, worked as a dental hygienist at a clinic on Wheeler Avenue. Steady work, decent benefits, home by 6 most nights. Her father, Darnell, drove long haul for Werner Enterprises, hauling freight across Texas. He was gone 2 weeks out of every month, sometimes 3. She was the middle child. Older brother Darnell Jr., younger sister Keisha. They shared a 2-bedroom apartment off Scott Street, cramped but clean. The AC window unit ran all summer and barely kept up with the Houston heat. Patricia kept the place spotless, but 3rd Ward was 3rd Ward. She was pretty. Everyone said so. By middle school, she'd learned that being pretty opened doors. Teachers were kinder. Boys paid attention. Girls wanted to be close to her. She never had to try hard at anything. Things just worked out. At Jack Yates High School, she floated through the social hierarchy without effort. Homecoming court junior year, prom court senior year, an Instagram following of 2,000 before graduation, impressive for 2017. She posted selfies, got likes, got comments, got the attention she craved. Her teachers were less impressed. She was bright but easily distracted, one wrote. Another noted strong verbal skills but inconsistent effort. A third observed she was more interested in social life than academics, and frequently on her phone during class. She graduated in 2017 with a 2.4 GPA and no particular plan for what came next. College lasted 1 semester. Houston Community College, fall of 2017. She enrolled in general studies, thinking vaguely about business or communications. She stopped showing up by October, stopped responding to emails from her advisor by November. It wasn't for me, she told her mother. What followed was a string of retail jobs that never stuck. Forever 21 at the Galleria, 3 months. She quit because the manager had an attitude. Ulta Beauty in Memorial City, 4 months. She quit because she was tired of standing all day. A brief stint at a call center in Greenway Plaza, 6 weeks. She walked out mid-shift because a customer raised his voice. She was 20 years old, living at home, making $9 an hour when she bothered to work at all. Her mother was running out of patience. You need a real job, Patricia told her. Benefits, stability, something you can build a life on. In early 2022, Crenshonda saw a posting for the Harris County Emergency Services District. 911 dispatch.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Mira, we got to put you in timeout. You got to go to 0 second timeout. Cringe Shonda is crazy work. You got to go to 0 second timeout. Please enjoy your trip over there to 0 second timeout.
We were having a serious moment over here.
Right.
And
look, and she's not repentant even. She's not even repentant.
Roy is about to.
Roy, right.
Don't let Roy see that.
Don't let Roy see that. Oh my word! All right. Cringe Shonda is crazy.
Thatcher. Starting pay, $17.25 an hour. Full benefits. Pension eligibility after 5 years. She applied online, mostly to get her mother off her back. 112 people applied for 8 positions. She passed the written exam, passed the background check, passed the drug screening, passed the psychological evaluation. The evaluators noted she was poised under simulated pressure with strong communication skills and a professional demeanor. One wrote she demonstrated appropriate empathy during role-play scenarios. Another observed she appeared motivated and engaged throughout the assessment process. They offered her the job in February 2022. She started in March. 6 weeks of training at the Harris County Emergency Communications Center on Travis Street in downtown Houston. She learned call protocols, CAD systems, multi-line management, radio codes, crisis de-escalation techniques. She learned how to keep a caller calm while dispatching an ambulance. how to guide a panicked parent through emergency procedures over the phone, how to talk someone through a medical crisis, how to stay on the line with someone in distress until officers arrived, how to be the voice between chaos and rescue. She learned that when someone dials 911, they are almost always experiencing the worst moment of their life, and she would be the first person they reached. On April 15th, 2022, she was assigned to the 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift. Station 7, console facing the east wall, headset, dual monitors, a laminated quick reference card, a direct line to every ambulance, fire truck, and patrol car in Harris County. She was 22 years old. She was responsible for lives. For the first few months, she did her job. The Harris County Emergency Communications Center serves 4.7 million residents, the largest county in Texas and the third largest in the United States. On any given shift, 187 dispatchers work rotating schedules across 48 consoles in a facility the size of a football field. They handle an average of 8,200 calls per day.
That's crazy.
Medical emergencies, domestic disputes, house fires, cardiac events, car accidents on I-10 and the 610 loop and the Katy Freeway and Highway 290. Missing children, suspicious persons, welfare checks on elderly relatives who haven't answered the phone in days.
Ooh.
When someone in Houston dials 911, they reach this room. The people who work here are not paramedics. They are not police officers. They carry no badge, no gun, no medical kit. They sit at a desk with a headset and a screen. And yet, they are the first point of contact between a citizen in crisis and the help that might save their life. They guide panicked parents through emergency procedures. They keep distressed callers talking until officers arrive. They dispatch ambulances to medical calls and pray they get there in time. It is a job that requires focus, empathy, and calm under pressure. The system was built on one foundational assumption, that the person answering the call would actually listen, that they would stay on the line, that they would do their job. The system did not account for apathy. The first documented hang-up came on October 14th, 2022, 6 months into her employment. 7:47 p.m.
By the way, if you ever watch this, the amount of people who ruin their careers like within the first 3 years is crazy. I'm gonna drop the link to this video and check the channel. They have a lot of start embezzling like 3 days out of training. Like what? Wait, you ain't even got healthcare yet. What are you doing?
You ain't
They haven't
finished
even
your training?
You
That
ain't even
is
finished your training yet. You
insane.
done tried to steal something. Now there have been some people on here.
Wow.
It's a very interesting channel, and you see they're pretty thorough. It's pretty wild that some of these people, again, like she would have been fully invested after 60 months, 5 years, and she would have been 27-ish years old. She already got fully invested, got all these benefits that are coming. All you gotta do is just answer the phone and help people. That's some crazy work, man. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
And Shonda Williams at Station 7. A man calling to report a fender bender on West Park Drive. 2 cars, no injuries. He just needed to file a report. I need to report an click. Call duration, 4 seconds.
Wow.
No callback, no documentation, no dispatch. The caller eventually drove to a police substation to file the report himself. Shonda Williams went back to scrolling Instagram, her phone propped against the monitor. It was such a small thing, a fender bender. No one was hurt. No one would ever know. Within weeks, the hang-ups became a pattern, a system. Calls she deemed not worth her time. Fender benders, those were easy to dismiss. Noise complaints, not real emergencies. Callers who sounded intoxicated. They'd call back when they sobered up. Women who sounded hysterical. Someone else could deal with them. She developed a method. Answer the call. Listen for 2 seconds, maybe 3. Decide. Hang up. If the caller dialed again, someone else would pick up. Not her problem. Her colleagues noticed she had the shortest average call times on the floor. Station.
I gotta stop. That's the thing right there. That's the exact reason why I would have either A, not done this job, or B, I wouldn't be doing this dumb stuff. Because you know they're recording these calls.
Of course.
They might They might not be recording the call when you call Chick-fil-A. They might not be recording the call when you call Mazda, but you know for sure they ain't recording these calls. Good gracious, man.
He said she created a system when the job would have been easier. Then
Right.
all the runaround she's creating 2 seconds, then put the phone here and then
Just did the job.
This is psychotic behavior. This is narcissistic behavior.
Yeah, and wait, and they're gonna when they show you the metrics, it's gonna blow your mind. When they show you the metrics of like her calls, and because they're capturing all of this. This is again, to me, as you're saying, like the job would have been easier than the system that you made up. Wait till they show this. This is crazy.
7 was clearing calls faster than anyone. No one questioned it. Short calls meant efficiency. Efficiency was good for the metrics. Her supervisors noted in quarterly reviews that she met minimum call quotas, but was not particularly engaged. One wrote that she seems distracted at times, but maintains acceptable performance metrics. Another observed she could benefit from additional mentorship on caller empathy. No formal complaints were filed. No disciplinary action taken. The red flags were there. Nobody looked. Between October 2022 and August 2023, 10 months, Crenshonda Williams hung up on 47 emergency calls. 12 were classified as medical emergencies, cardiac events, diabetic episodes, a woman experiencing a medical crisis in a grocery store parking lot. 8 were domestic violence calls, women calling to report that they were in danger. 1 was hiding in a bathroom closet, whispering into her phone. 14 were traffic accidents. Cars flipped on the highway. Pedestrians struck in crosswalks. At least 2 involved serious injuries. 7 were wellness checks. Family members worried about elderly relatives. Neighbors who hadn't seen the woman next door in days. 6 were classified as other. A gas leak. A suspicious person outside a daycare. A child who had wandered away from home. Each one a person in crisis. Each one trusting that when they called for help, someone would answer. Someone would listen. Someone would send help. Each one heard a click. Then silence. August 12th, 2023. A Sunday. Houston summer. 94 degrees and humid. Denise Williams was 28 years old. She lived alone with her 4-month-old son, Jalen, in a 1-bedroom apartment on Westheimer Road near Montrose. She worked as a pharmacy technician at a CVS on Kirby Drive, $16.50 an hour, just enough to cover rent and everything a new baby needs. Jalen's father was not in the picture, had never been in the picture. It was just the 2 of them. That evening, around 6 o'clock, she put Jalen down for a nap in his crib. He'd been fussy all day, not eating well, a little warm to the touch. She thought he was finally settling. She went to the kitchen to heat up some leftovers. At 6:14 p.m., she checked on him. Something was wrong. He wasn't responding.
Okay, I'm gonna stop for a hot second. This one gets rough. So if y'all are having a rough go at it already, you can go ahead and tap out. This one gets rough because I don't know how, but every time Crenshonda hung up on her, the woman called back. It was Crenshonda to answer the phone. I have no idea how that happened. It makes no sense, but I'm just giving y'all a heads up ahead of time. Where you at, TP?
Man, this is captivating to say the least. The way that they put this thing together, but I'm still at the point of how was she able to get away with this for this long? To even get to this final, so basically her own supervisors are not doing their job then on checking in on what work is really being done. They're just looking at quotas.
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing. Yeah. Even though they noticed that the numbers were short, like what can you establish in a 2-second phone call? like what are you establishing? And the thing shows whether or not click, it shows whether or not the operator hung up or the person hung up. So it was the operator. Like, how do you? Yeah, that's why they ended up paying, is because like the supervisor, this shouldn't have gone that far. It should have been 4 calls, not 47 calls. But okay, let's go.
He needed help immediately. She grabbed her phone, hands shaking, dialed 911. 911, what's your emergency? My baby, he's not okay. Please, click. Call duration, 3 seconds.
Crazy.
Crenshonda Williams at station 7. Logged in the system as accidental disconnect. Denise stared at her phone, tried to process what had just happened. She dialed again, 14 seconds later. Ma'am, 911, please, my son, he's 4 months old. Something's wrong. I need an ambulance. Please, click. 5 seconds. Same station, same dispatcher. Logged as caller disconnected. She dialed a third time, screaming now. One hand on Jalen's tiny chest, trying to remember what to do from a video she'd seen once. She didn't know if she was doing it right. She didn't know if it mattered. Please, someone help me. Click. 2 seconds. Crenshonda Williams had hung up on a mother, desperately trying to save her baby. 3 times in 75 seconds. Then she went back to her phone. Denise's neighbor, Marcus Holloway, heard screaming through the thin apartment walls. He pounded on her door, found her holding Jalen, sobbing so hard she couldn't speak. He didn't ask questions. He grabbed his keys. They drove to Memorial Hermann Medical Center, the Texas Medical Center campus, 8 minutes away in Sunday evening traffic. Marcus ran red lights. Denise held Jalen in the back seat, pleading with him to hold on. But too much time had passed, over 20 minutes without proper emergency response. At 6:58 p.m., the doctors delivered the news no parent should ever have to hear. Jalen Marcus Williams was gone, 4 months old. The medical examiner's report noted that outcome may have differed with immediate emergency intervention. If an ambulance had been dispatched on that first call, the one Crenshonda Williams ended after 3 seconds, paramedics could have been on scene in 4 to 6 minutes. Proper medical care could have been administered. The outcome might have been different. Instead, Denise Williams rode to the hospital in the back seat of a stranger's car, praying for a miracle that never came. She would
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. This is another reason why, okay, I'm sure you've everybody's worked shift jobs where, you work from 2 to 10 and you're just looking at the clock and you want it to get over with. It's moving slow.
Sure.
To me, having a call where because you have to stay on the call with the people until the ambulance gets there. That's going to take up more of your time than hanging up on the person 4 times in 75 seconds. Why not just stay on the phone? I mean, now you're going to give advice. You're going to give her as best you can, whatever because you're not a medical professional, but you are there to help them. And that's going to eat away at your time that you're going to be at work, if nothing else. If you want to think just brass tacks, forget the fact that you're actually saving a life. Forget the fact that you're trying to do the right thing. At least you chopped up 10 minutes of your time. At least, you know what I'm saying?
Because I get it, you would rather have a busy store than one that's empty.
Right.
Yeah.
At least you got somebody to talk to. Like, okay, can I help you? Yeah. Can I help you? Can I go get you some shoes? You want to try this on? But at least you got something to do instead of sitting there staring at the clock. At least, but now, of course, we do have to add in the fact that there's somebody's life that is irreparably changed because of this. Several lives, actually. And dang, you could have, you're not responsible because, again, the baby still may have died.
Yeah.
But you would have at least done your part to help out to some degree, shape, or form. Versus
your job.
You hung up.
This ain't even, it's like this thing, you're not a good Samaritan off the street.
Right. That's what they're paying you to do. And they have been paying you to do. And you would hang up on this woman. And I don't know what kind of twisted world we're in, where a woman kept calling back and kept getting the same person. That is, oh my gosh, that's horrible. All right. I told y'all this one was rough right here.
By the third time she heard her voice, it's just like, you've already checked out.
This is some
we're not
work.
beating allegations, by the way. We are not beating
No, these allegations are solid.
Later testified that she kept hoping Jalen would be okay, that she couldn't accept what had happened, that she held him for 2 hours in the emergency room before finally letting go. September 2023, a routine quarterly audit, quality assurance supervisor. Terrence Mobley was reviewing call metrics when he noticed an anomaly. Station 7, an unusual concentration of calls lasting under 5 seconds, far more than any other station. He drilled down. One dispatcher accounted for 71% of all sub-5-second calls over the previous 12 months. Crenshonda Williams, 47 calls. Average duration, 3.2 seconds. That wasn't efficiency. That was impossible. You couldn't verify a caller's location in 3.2 seconds. You couldn't assess an emergency. You couldn't do anything. Mobley pulled the audio files. Every 911 call in Harris County is recorded. Every single one. What he heard made him physically ill. Caller after caller. Mid-sentence. Mid-scream. Mid-plea. Then silence. My husband is hurting me. Please send someone to... Click.
Oh,
There's
that's
been an
kinda sad.
accident on the freeway. I think someone's injured. Click.
Oh.
I can't feel my left arm. I think I'm having a... Click. And then the Williams calls. A mother's voice, rising from confusion to panic to desperate screaming. 3 calls. 3 clicks. A family's nightmare on the other end of the line. Mobley forwarded the files to his supervisor that afternoon. Internal Affairs was notified within the hour. The Texas Rangers were brought in the following day. Crenshonda Williams was placed on administrative leave on September 19th, 2023. 2 days later, she was brought to the Internal Affairs Office for questioning. Investigator Raymond Gaines and Texas Ranger Pauline Vickers were waiting. They played her the audio, the Williams calls, a mother begging for help. Her own voice, bored and flat, before each disconnect. The system glitches all the time, she said. Calls drop. It's not my fault. They played it again. Her voice. 911, what's your emergency? Then the click. Long pause. I didn't feel like working that day. They asked about the other 46 calls. She shrugged. Sometimes I just didn't feel like talking.
It's the I didn't feel like working that day for me. Like, what are we doing here, people? What is going on? This is craziness.
Brother, this is what Candace would be doing if the podcasting didn't work. This is that sort of mentality. You have to be so
for sure.
self-absorbed. Somebody in there said it, morally bankrupt, conscious, seared.
Yeah.
You've lost all humanity if you've come to a point. Like, again, anybody in this call right now, it don't matter. You could be on your worst day. Somebody on the other side of a call is dying. The last thing you're going to be is indifferent.
It's fair to say that no matter how bad your day is going, if you're in 911 dispatch, that person's day is worse than yours. So I could be having a bad day. Like, I got an inflamed hair follicle on my left toe, and my kids are harassing me. But my world is not as bad nearly as having to call 911. Like, you're already in bad shit. You're down bad to call 911. That's craziness. I told you this thing was crazy, man.
Wow.
All right.
September 18th,
Yeah, we about done with
2023,
LaShonda. We about done with
2:22 p.m.
Crenshonda.
The day before the formal interview, Crenshonda Williams at Station 7. First hour of her shift. Iced Starbucks on the desk. Phone face down beside the keyboard. Headset draped around her neck, not on her ears. Internal Affairs investigator Raymond Gaines walked across the floor toward her station. Texas Ranger Pauline Vickers beside him, both in plain clothes, both with badges visible. Every dispatcher on the floor watched. Crenshonda Williams, Gaines's voice was flat. Step away from the console. She looked up, rolled her eyes. Excuse me, I'm working. 47 hang-ups, your login, your headset, your voice on every recording. Arms crossed, neck rolled. And the system glitches. Calls drop all the time. Vickers stepped forward. A family lost their baby. Mother called 3 times. You hung up 3 times. Crenshonda's jaw tightened. She looked away. I didn't feel like working that day. Stand up, now. She was escorted from the communications center in handcuffs. 31 colleagues watched in silence. Badge confiscated. Access card deactivated. Console locked. At 4:47 p.m., she was booked at Harris County Jail on Baker Street. Charges: 2 counts of interference with emergency telephone calls, normally a misdemeanor, elevated to a state jail felony due to the resulting tragedy. 1 count reckless conduct. 1 count dereliction of duty. Bond was set at $100,000. Her mother posted 10% through a bondsman the next morning. The state of Texas formally indicted Crenshonda Latrice Williams in October 2023. The trial began February 12, 2024, at the Harris County Criminal Courthouse on Franklin Street. Judge Catherine Okonkwo presiding. 23 years on the bench, known for being fair but unsparing. Assistant District Attorney Michael Treadwell for the prosecution. 15-year veteran of the office. He had a 4-year-old daughter at home. Public Defender Simone Ashford for the defense. She argued systemic failures, inadequate training, a broken system that allowed one dispatcher to hang up 47 times without triggering a single flag. The prosecution did not need arguments. They played the audio. The jury heard the Williams calls on the first day of testimony.
Dude, can you imagine them playing 47 calls that are 3 seconds each? That's not even a whole episode of Law and Order, man. Like, they're gonna play 47 calls. I mean, that's not even 10 minutes, man. This one, they're going
open and shut case.
Right. Like, what else are we doing? What you doing for lunch, boys and girls? Because this is be done. This is craziness, man. All right, we're all finished.
Courtroom silent.
Oh, she's where she needs to be.
12 jurors in the box.
Somebody in the comments says she'll be working. Somebody in the comments says she's working now.
Well, no, I thought it was funny because when they came to get her, she's like, "Well, I'm working." They're like, "Well, you ain't been working." Man, this is sad.
Oh, today. Okay.
Williams,
right? She was working today.
Okay.
Clutching a photograph of Jalen. 911. What's your emergency? My baby. He's not okay. Please. Click. Several jurors closed their eyes. One wiped her face. They heard the second call. The third. A mother screaming into a void. One juror requested a recess. The judge granted it. Denise Williams took the stand on February 14th, Valentine's Day. She held a photograph of Jalen in her lap, the only photo she had of him smiling. I called 3 times, she said. 3 times, and she hung up while my baby needed help.
Wow.
Tears now. I did everything right. I called 911. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what they tell you. She paused. I will never know if he could have been saved. If I had just driven to the hospital myself from the start. I will never stop asking why. The defense had no cross-examination. There was nothing to ask. The jury deliberated for 47 minutes.
That was a minute for each call that they hung up on. 47 minutes? They might have been.
If I was her lawyer, I would say I would have turned her in as her lawyer. After hearing that,
right?
Your Honor,
like your Honor, guilty. Look, she guilty.
1 minute for each hang-up. Guilty on all counts. Sentencing was handed down on March 8th, 2024. Judge Catherine Okonkwo addressed the defendant directly. Ms. Williams, you were entrusted with the most sacred responsibility a civilian can hold in our society, to be the voice between crisis and rescue. When a citizen dials 911, they are placing their life in the hands of a stranger. They are trusting that someone will answer, that someone will listen, that someone will send help. She paused. You betrayed that trust 47 times. You treated that responsibility as an inconvenience. You treated human suffering as an interruption to your day.
Wow.
A 4-month-old baby is gone because you, in your own words, didn't feel like working. She looked at the defendant. The callousness of that statement will stay with this court forever. Sentence: 18 months in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, to be served at the Lane Murray Unit in Gatesville. 10 years supervised probation upon release. Lifetime ban from employment in emergency services anywhere in the United States. $52,000 restitution to the Williams family. Crenshonda Williams showed no visible reaction. She was handcuffed and led from the courtroom without looking back. She reported to Lane Murray Unit on March 22nd, 2024. inmate number 0217.
That's crazy.
4.
Are we gonna read? We're gonna send them a note. Like, what are we doing?
A women's facility 180 miles north.
Like, I don't know why they
Did he
do that
just give an
sometimes.
inmate number?
Right. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, send her I think 18 months is not enough. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, not even close. Not even
I
close.
think a year for every month that the child was alive is reasonable. A child was 4 months old,
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
years. Like, I don't think that's. I mean, it's a life, for crying out loud. We're not talking about you ran over somebody's foot or you crashed their Mercedes. Like, 18 months, I don't think was in 10 years of probation. She didn't have a criminal record before, as far as I know. I don't think so. So to me, I don't think that's enough, in my opinion.
Well, she might be back in there. She might change numbers. I don't know if they give you the same number the next time you get locked.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. Not enough prison time. That mother will never hold her son and see him grow this side of heaven. Right. And I think 4 years would have been reasonable. I don't think 18 months is not reasonable.
Yeah.
Eligible for parole after 6 months. Expected release, September 2025. The Williams family filed a lawsuit against Harris County in November 2023. The county settled in April 2024 for $1.4 million. Taxpayer money, no admission of liability. As part of the settlement, Harris County agreed to implement new monitoring protocols. Supervisors now receive real-time alerts for any call disconnected under 10 seconds. Call duration patterns are reviewed weekly instead of quarterly. Dispatchers must document a reason for every disconnection. Denise Williams has not returned to work. She moved out of the apartment on Westheimer Road. She couldn't stay where everything happened. She attends counseling twice a week. She has declined all media interviews except one. She said only this: "I did everything right. I called for help. I trusted the system. And my son is gone because someone didn't feel like doing her job." Crenshonda Williams will be released from prison before Jalen Williams would have celebrated his second birthday. She will serve less than 2 years for what her actions cost a family. Stories like this don't get the attention they deserve. If you want to see more accountability coverage, subscribe and hit the notification bell.
All right. That was that.
Yeah.
I thought that was, I think 18 months is not nearly enough.
No.
I'm team 4 years, a year for every year. I mean, a year for every month.
For every month.
She didn't. Right. Death penalty should be rarely given out lately in the U.S. Right. Yeah, 18 months I feel like was not long enough at all. But
yeah,
that was wild, man. But thank you, man, TP.
And thank you, sir.
I mean, to end on a sober note, man. A somber note, man. Maybe we need to go back and tell jokes or something. I apologize. My bad. I just wanted y'all to see that.
It's all good. I mean,
the channel.
But I think it gives us a full circle experience because, like you said, there are unfortunately real problems in the system of parenting.
Yeah.
And then what happens throughout education or the miseducation or, you know what I mean? Like, there are serious problems that create an individual like this. And then, of course, the social aspects of social media. Somebody said narcissist. Yes, like these devices are breeding narcissism in a rate we've never seen it before.
Correct.
She was on her phone during that time. She was. What was she doing when that little baby was dying? She was on her phone. Guaranteed.
She was ticking the talk, man. She was on the tickety talk.
Taking the talk. Right. Take pictures, making videos at the job. That's how they got the picture at the job, right?
That's it. You know it, man. So, but no, man, that was good, man. Thank you so much, brother. We're gonna have to do this again, man. We gotta give the people what they asked for, man.
That's right.
Saying, look, we gotta do it again, man. We gotta do it again. But what are you, real quick, so people know, and I know the mods have dropped your link down in the chat. What are you working on now? What are your newest projects? Anything you've worked on? What are you planning on working on? So on and so forth, so people know what to expect.
So besides daily content in the same world we exist in, well, not besides necessarily, but I am building out a series called The Islamification of America. So that's been
Okay.
something that I've been putting a little more into. That will be on YouTube. And then also, and you seem to get all the insights in here and the scoops. But I'm finishing off the second draft of a book that I'll be putting out soon. Not gonna give the title yet, but
Okay.
yeah. So that's
It's
in the
called
works. And
Kimon
then I'll
Time.
let y'all know. You know what? That's gonna be our collab work.
Wait, what's the other book? What was the other book that we had? I mean, the other topic. Oh, Zimbots.
Oh, yes, exactly. So we got bonnet bots, and then we got
Bonnet
Zimbot.
bots,
That yes.
Zimbots. That thing will cook. That thing will sell.
Go crazy, yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, again, showing up, fighting the good fight, and I just want to let folks out there know that Brother Jay Witt, as y'all know, is a solid brother, and I vouch for him, and that's why this is an
Appreciate
honor
you,
and a
man.
pleasure for me. Absolutely.
Well, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, brother, for following through. Everybody,
It's all love.
please make sure that you all, the moderators have dropped, brother, there he is right there. The moderator has dropped Tinashe's channel in the chat. Please make sure you go by and check him out. Let them know that you appreciate him stopping by, green heart him, and all that kind of good stuff. Let them know we need to do this more often. We need to do this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get him to move down here to Georgia. So next
We'll see
I'll be
about
doing
it.
a live stream. I'm gonna be doing a live stream, driving around the community saying, like, this house is for sale. This house is for sale. That's what we're gonna do next. Hold on, my kids are texting me. What do they want? Lord have mercy.
Popeyes.
You would think, because I gave her my card and she said, "Can I use your card at Dunkin'?" I'm gonna say it doesn't work at Dunkin'. It doesn't work there. Sorry. My kids are crazy, man. Can I use your card at Dunkin'? No, you may not. Oh, this is a good way to end it. Thank you so much. We needed a good, thank you so much, Seth. Oh my gosh. Are you familiar with Ami Kozak?
Oh, yeah. He's a guy. Shout out to Ami.
He is wild. He just did a video that I saw. Thank you so much. There it is. And thank you.
She
That
said
was
we
a
got to
great
cleanse the
idea.
palate. She said we got to cleanse the palate on our way
we
out.
gotta end on a right. We can't end like all like, man, that was a heavy video. Jay Wick got me over crying. Got my eyes watering. Okay, we need to end on a good note, on a solid note. Yeah, no, you can't use my card at Dunkin'. Get out of here. My kids are nuts, man. All right, shout out Tucker Carlson's New York Times interview, a recap. Ami is crazy with these doggone wigs.
Yeah. He's one for one.
Him and these wigs, man. He's top tier. Oh, you know what we should have did? I should have thrown Meg the Stallion and Clay Thomason on you and see what you're gonna say about that. That's what we should have did. Darn it, I missed my opportunity. Oh, wait. What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Say it. Say it. Do it. Oh, he muted himself.
No, you gonna get me in trouble. Look, y'all gonna be mad as you want to be. That brother Clay is happy on that fishing boat by himself.
He is happy as he can be. He is happy as he can be.
And
I do want to talk about that one day. Yeah,
yes, sir.
I kind of wanted to talk about that.
You can put that. You can put that on the You can put that on the Rolodex. We'll have to touch base, but all I say is that brother is happy as can be on that fishing boat, and there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it.
All right, we're gonna get this scheduled in. We're gonna have to do that one. Clay said, "I'm out of here." Clay said, "I'm in the wind." I'm just like, I just want to get this out. I just want to get this out of my. Okay, I've been married for 25 years, and one thing that has completely mesmerized me, completely, like I'm like amazed that how quickly women went from trying to find out what a man wants to I know what a man wants. That change from, I'm gonna say, like, from my wife's generation to this newer generation is it's going to have to be studied by science. Like, how do women come to the conclusion that they know what men want? That is just some
Can I
crazy
ask
work.
you something in the context of that?
Yeah, go ahead.
And on top of that, why is it that when we then express what we want,
so the
oh no,
problems happen.
that ain't what you. Wait a minute. No, you getting it from the source.
From the source. Like, why? I don't understand this. For the life of me, it's going to be studied by science. It's going to need to be studied by science. How they've tricked a generation of women to believe that they know what men want, or what I'm going to give him this and he better like it, or whatnot. Rather than like, okay, let's ask men, what are men looking for in a spouse or looking in a partner? What are they looking for? Rather than this is what you're going to get, and you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. Well,
that's right.
Clay Thomas said, no, I want something different.
He wants that fishing boat.
And guess what he got? He got that fishing boat. Bless his heart. Yeah, we'll have to do that. We're gonna have to do that one, man. All right.
Oh yes, we could make a segment for him alone. Let's get into it. But yeah, let's see this.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one.
Let's look at
Green
the
hearts in the
US
chat when you can hear everybody.
I want to talk about your relationship with the president and where it stands currently. When was the last time you were in the Oval Office?
Just a few months ago. I went to the Oval Office. I had gone several times, actually, like a lot.
And what did you see when you were there?
You know, everybody knows this, but I'll just confirm it. Like, Bibi had been in there before me, and he probably had a gun to Trump's head.
Really?
Like an actual gun, like a loaded weapon.
You're saying Benjamin Netanyahu had a gun to his head?
And he had Donald Trump in a chokehold, and I know that Donald Trump had a wrestling background. He was involved at one point in the WWE, but clearly that didn't matter, like at all. And Bibi had a gun to his head and said, "We're going to Iran. We're doing this." And Trump was like, "No."
And you saw this with your own eyes?
I mean, Washington insiders know this. They know this.
Wait, so this happened or didn't happen?
I mean, I wasn't in the room, but I imagine it was something like that was going on. I mean, you don't go to Washington multiple times without trying to influence the president for your agenda.
But you went. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Okay, well, what is your assessment of President Trump currently?
Well, I attempted to communicate with the president. I went outside into the forest and I screamed, "Don't do it." I don't know if that was effective. I don't know if he heard. I don't know if he could hear me, but I certainly tried to do that. I did. I think it's possible Donald Trump might be a wizard.
What?
I do believe that. I do.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the last time I was at the Oval Office, I walked in, and at one point the chief of staff looked at me, and Donald Trump himself looked at me. He said, "You shall not pass." And I thought, that's not our president. That's Gandalf. Gandalf the White. And there's nothing wrong with being
Gandalf
white.
the White is crazy.
As a white person, as a man, as a Christian. But Trump might be a wizard.
And so I understand you correctly. What you're saying is you literally believe President Donald Trump might be Gandalf from Lord of the Rings?
I don't know. But we should be able to ask those questions, I think.
Okay, moving on. What is your current relationship with Turning Point USA?
Well, like, I've always loved TPUSA. I've loved the organization. I've headlined many times. They didn't ask me to do it this year, and so that is what it is. But I've always participated in their events. I've never charged anything, by the way. I've always done it for free, and they always paid me a lot. So I
and do you think TPUSA as an organization is in decline?
I haven't the faintest idea, but yes. I just have questions, like legitimate questions. And the moment you ask questions, socialist, communist, anti-Semite, no. I just have legitimate questions. Like, what happened on Charlie Kirk? Should capital be taxed at half the rate of labor? What's Bibi Netanyahu's father's middle name? Or if a demon rapes you without protection, should you get checked for STDs? Because it's itchy.
What? Okay, tell me more about J.D. Vance.
Who is J.D. Vance?
J.D. Vance, the vice president?
I mean, I know J.D. are letters. I mean, they're letters J and D. I mean, J, people are going to say, "Oh, Nazi, J." But those are just letters to me. Those are just letters of the alphabet to me.
You're telling me you don't know who J.D. Vance is?
I literally don't know who that is. Those words have never come out of my lips, actually. I've never uttered those words ever, and I've never...
Tucker, look, I've watched you for years, okay? Way back during the cable news days when you had a show on...
What show?
Your television show.
I've never had a show, like at all.
You had one of the highest rating television news programs?
I've literally never uttered words out of my lips on television, like ever, like that I can recall.
I'm talking about the years when you were on Fox.
What do you mean by Fox? Like the animal?
No, Fox News.
I'm sorry, I only know Fox the animal. I mean, I don't know what it sounds like actually, like at all. Like, what does the fox say?
I knew it's coming. I knew it's coming.
Tucker, are you okay?
I've never been on TV. I don't know what this is. Where are we? Who are you? Who am I? What is this? What is this? These are questions. I have questions. Who am I? I don't know. Where are we?
We should take a break.
Who am I? I'm Jean Valjean.
Why are you all wet, baby?
What is this?
Yes, he's here. How are the hallucinations?
Get out of here, Tucker.
This is
These
wild.
people are Zionists.
You've been here, a patient of this institution.
I was molested by a demon in my sleep.
The dreams you have every night.
There were claw marks. There were.
And you've uncovered a conspiracy so that anything we tell you about who you are, what you've done, you can dismiss as lies.
Okay. Shut up, Nazi! I'm friends with J.D. Vance.
I've been hearing this fantasy for 2 years now. I know every detail.
I love that!
You're the most dangerous patient we have. Your crime is terrible, one you can't forgive yourself for, so you invented another self.
I totally agree.
Do you understand?
This is what, yo.
Ami is a
I did
fool.
not see that Key and Peele plot twist at the end is nuts. Not Shutter Island.
Oh, is that what that is?
Crazy.
Oh,
You watch Shutter
okay.
Island? Have you
never
watched
saw
that
it.
yet?
Nuh-uh.
Oh Lord. Oh, it is a trip. I would, yeah, if you're into, yeah, it is. I mean, he might have given a little bit away. Yeah, there we go. Shutter Island. Y'all know. Oh Lord. You might have to make some time today for that one. Yeah.
All right. No, okay. I might.
This
So
man is
give me this.
nuts.
I'll check it out. I'll ask you. I'll check it out. That's some crazy work,
trippy
man.
Movie. Yeah. Man, shout out to Ami. And yeah, shout out for lightening
Shout
the
out to
mood as
him.
we segue out, because Lord knows that is necessary in this insanity.
That it is. That it is. Well, brother, thank you so much for hanging in there, man. I appreciate it,
Thank you
man.
once
This has
again,
been a
family.
lot of fun. If you don't
Likewise,
mind,
likewise.
please, everybody in the best live chat, please make sure you go by and check out Tinashe's channel. Please give him some green hearts. Also, check out Ami's, by the way. Thank you so much, again, Sister Scripture, for that as well. Ami's been a friend of the channel. He's been over here before. Make sure you let him know we appreciate that. That was great. The bad thing is, the discouraging thing is it's so on point. It's ludicrous to watch it. You're like, oh, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, you're like, that's exactly what he does. If it wasn't real, it would actually be less terrifying. It would be more funny. More funny.
Yeah,
It would be
exactly.
funnier.
That's what makes
Right.
comedy and horror a fine line, and that's what it is
Right.
watching any of these clowns on a daily basis.
Because you're like, this dude actually does that. And by the way, my daughter did go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Of
Pray
course
for
she
my
did,
child.
and she did.
Of course.
And she swiped that card. That's right.
Yes, she did. I said it didn't work. She said, oh, that's funny. It did work when I tapped it. I'm like, oh, okay. Can't do anything about that. It's my kids, man. Pray for them. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate y'all. I love this right here.
God
Great
bless
show
us.
today.
God bless everybody in the chat. God bless everybody
Absolutely.
watching. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, bro.
All right, man. Everybody, have a great rest of the day. This is a wonderful, thankful Thursday. Great way to end it. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you all real soon. Everybody, grace and peace. Take care.
Peace.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.